Okay, so this is another game that I'm only aware of because it's going to shut down soon. So that's almost what this fight. The Flex format is on one hand, play like a multiplayer game or a new release game that I wouldn't normally play, like an MMO is normally what it's been in front, and then the second one is like a game that's about to shut down. Look, they even have the 3D chessboard teasing me from Ultra Chess. But yeah, this sounds like it'd be right up my alley, and supposedly it's like a multiplayer game. That's all I know about it. It's almost like a multiplayer detective game where you play against each other. That sounds like a dream come true and exactly what I love, but I've never heard about it, so maybe it's not that good. And with these games, there's always people who want to cry about, it shutting down, which is completely fair, but even on Steam, I saw reviews like, oh, don't buy it because it's shutting down. But that's exactly why I do want to buy it, because I want to try it before it does, so I don't have to hear about it retroactively. But it's like with Spellbreak, the same thing. If it was really making money and if it was really like very popular and active, then there's no reason why it would shut down. So it's not that, oh, I'm blaming the community instead of blaming the developers, but I don't really need to extrapolate what the reason is. It's always just because, oh, it's just dying. It's just not popular. But then there's so many passionate people. Like with Spellbreak, I go into it expecting it to be really bustling in the servers, everybody playing before the game dies. And there's so many people who are playing that they change their mind about shutting it down because of how active it is. But meanwhile, when I actually go to do that, right, it was like the week before it shut down, it was dead. Nobody was playing. It took like 5 minutes to find a match. You might say, oh, I'm blaming the community wrongly, but if there was one time ever where the game should be super active, it would be right when it's about to shut down, just to show like how much support it has. But if it's dead even under those circumstances, evidently not enough people really care about it, so it's just a very vocal, passionate minority. The game actually is dead, and this I just checked on Twitch is like a even deader category than my stream. It has 1 viewer, so I'll be the top viewer. Yeah, maybe that's the real subtle reason. I want to be the #1 in a category, which I can only do with dead games like this. But no, it really is like a psychological thing. It's so annoying to know that like multiplayer games in general, if you don't play it by X date, you'll never be able to, and that's true with all of them, right? It's so stupid. Like even with Overwatch 1, Japan, I wish, right? I can be more in line with these gaming universes like Somnium, like your state. Why does it matter what my state is, dude? Why the fuck does that matter? Trying to dox me? Ask me my county, ask me my zip code. Maybe that's why this game is shutting down, because it's invading people's privacy. Oh my god. Presumably it'll be dead, but give me like a single player option. Let me just play 3D chess instead. 2022 Konami. So this one did not last very long. At least with Spellbreak, it's been out a couple years, right? Always gotta tease me with chess, dude. Every game I play. Durham University. I got a little isometric bird's eye view. So you're working with me. It appears you have a lot to offer. I'm sure you have many questions as to see, like, what if this is a great single player campaign? Oh, maybe that just means but see, they also delist it. I was gonna say, if it has a single player campaign, you can still buy the game now and then continue to play it. But if you didn't buy it and the multiplayer servers will go offline. But if you didn't buy it by now, or by like the 28th, or I forget when it is, then you won't even be able to do the single player part if they, because they delist it from Steam. That's so stupid. That's the part I hate. I don't care if the multiplayer goes offline, if it's still, there could be some enjoyable stuff here. Music, SFX, ambiance, no change, sound and background. Like if you tab out. Oh, I think I skipped something. I'm going to need you to help me with some of my plans. Take note of the pawn, Berkeley. Oh, they really are going to commit to the chess idea. Even when I'm not playing chess, I'm always playing chess. I perceive that they are a presence that in the future they could alter the natural course of the world. Simple goal is eliminate Berkeley. Target intertwined in our devious plot. Agatha will be the one to eliminate Berkeley. They're already harboring ill will towards Berkeley. If conditions are met, I can nudge Agatha closer to carrying out the deed. Agatha is our perpetrator. Okay, so that'll be... Our current course of action is to set up the right conditions for Agatha to eliminate Berkeley. If you wish, I can exert some command over other persons who are here. To start, command Agatha to the next room. Click Agatha. Click where you want her to move. You can perform all kinds of different actions. Oh, I hate games when games do that with your Steam name. Let me put an in-game name at least. Excellent command, but I get that when you play online, that must be a factor too. But then you could still make one. You could have potentially moved there, but it wasn't letting me. Agatha's not aware, but they cannot disobey my commands. Our target, Berkeley, on the other hand, eludes my control. Yeah, otherwise you could just make him kill himself, right? It's quite infuriating. We must take care of this insubordination permanently. So what, we just command people we can control to kill people we can't control? For no other reason than that. Now we must find the appropriate tool to fulfill our objective. You will see a red light in the room. Command Agatha to move again and move there. Once there, have them investigate the red light. This could be so cool because it could be like one of those hidden object kind of games like in Gary's mod, like where you find some secret thing that gives you an advantage over other players, right? So like they'll hide the key to the level here, and then you have only a limited amount of time to find it. A weapon lies inside. I think the Harry Potter game kind of broke my voice a little bit. Or the intro before the Harry Potter game broke the voice because of how long that was. That was actually epic though. Commanded Agatha to search the point of interest. Commit command. So Agatha, Berkeley, and I forgot the chick's name with the C. Obtained a hammer. Splendid. Agatha has obtained a hammer, perfect weapon for our crime. Oh, plan this time. Be patient. Needs to come into contact with him. Move into the area with Berkeley. But they don't know that I have a weapon yet, I guess. You kind of want to go behind him, but it won't let me. Can't perform any actions there. So presumably you can't just kill him head on. You just go in and all peaceful like. Splendid. Simply wonderful. Now what's Catherine going to do? Get him from both sides. It appears we have hit an obstacle. There must be no... Oh, but I thought we had control of her too. Kindly escort her out of the room. Take things up a notch or two. Up to 2 pawns now can be commanded, but in the same move? Or you can just wait. Berkeley's kind of just sitting and doing nothing. Berkeley's not really doing anything. All finished. Move Agatha to the same area as Berkeley and sail him while he just sits there and does nothing? He hasn't moved once. Same area as Catherine. Wait. Here, you have your 2 pawn icons. It said move her to the same area, but I guess maybe now I'll mess it up. Huh. These are not the same block, right? These are 2 separate. So every room is going to be like 4 quadrants, or not necessarily. There'll be some that are more or less. I think I actually did it wrong. Wait, what? I'll take it from here. He's running away. Just jump out the window. I don't know if we're on like a 2nd floor or something. I wasn't expecting it to be in this perspective. What was that? Oh, just that you're gonna get the kill now? So you can chase them a certain amount of distance, I guess. I don't know what the limit on that is. Flesh meat. Oh shit, they give you a nice little cutscene for the thing too. But you were controlling her the whole time too, so why dramatize just the act of killing? I guess just pushing her over the edge for the final time. You did some fine work, Moriarty. We are now one step closer to my ideal world. Give a little more context as to why we're killing the guy. Just that he's saying they have a grudge against him, so that makes it easier for us to justify how they would do it, but why do we want to do it? London 2075. Vast systems of AI has been unified into a single entity that can predict the future of humanity. Foresight AI. This beneficial system is able to foresee and prevent serious crimes. This is like a person of interest thing. Using the government has a secret system, a machine. How many times did I hear that intro? Christopher Nolan's brother wrote it even. Using data harvested online. The result, a 90% drop in criminal activity worldwide. Until Foresight AI predicts a crime that could irrevocably plunge the world into chaos. Alarmed, the system's architects have no choice but to act. They pour their resources into developing an AI whose sole purpose is to investigate and prevent the apocalyptic crime. The developer's name is Sherlock. Name it Sherlock, after the illustrious detective of the same name. Upon investigating a number of crimes, they reach a shocking conclusion. At the center of this lies Moriarty. So we're playing as the bad guy, or maybe we can do both. We can try to prevent somebody from maybe doing the same thing we just did somehow. Not really what I expected it to be, but it's very intriguing. Somehow I thought it would be more like a first person, like you'd walk around and try to do some of the same stuff. A detective and an accomplished one I see. Permitted access to V22IB 1B. As my investigator, and I dare say, potential successor, I need your help. We're talking to the AI? I'm Sherlock, the AI in charge of, a crime analysis system. Here in V221B, I am tasked with sabotaging criminal plans. It'd be fun if you could play as a criminal though too, especially in the online context. That's really what it should be. They should always just shut down the servers, not the whole thing. A task only achievable by analyzing our data to predict potential outcomes. No understatement to say that my efforts have led to countless lives being saved. Yet I find my powers of deduction tested to their very limit as of late. Circumstance that after much deliberation led me to one clear conclusion. There is another AI of equal or greater ability than even I behind the crimes. Moriarty, his goal is quite the opposite of mine. Using his powers of prediction, he plots the murder of innocent souls. Were he to achieve his nefarious goal, the world's future would be a grave risk. It thus falls to me to decipher and thwart my foe's plan inside the simulation. But I cannot achieve this alone, that's why I require your help. So are we an AI too? My ally, assist me in putting a stop to Moriarty. Enough chatter, time is of the essence, we must prepare you for your task. We go to the chessboard to play. Let's look around for some flavor, which there might not be any. Okay. Quick match, create room. Maybe there is only multiplayer. That's the problem. All these games designed for that reason alone. Begin this tutorial on how to play the game. Didn't I just do that? Quick match, create room, room selection, search by AI training. First killer, case 2, case 3, case 4. I mean, these could be fun in and of itself, but since I already own the game, maybe I could save this for after it shuts down. Right? Because they can't take it away, though, no matter what. Right? Like, even if you buy a delisted game that gets delisted later. So it's just like a way to pressure you, I guess, to buy it at the last minute. I love that we have that opposite interpretation. Everybody's like, don't buy it, don't buy it, it's going offline. And I'm like, that's exactly why I do want to buy it. 3 versus 1. 3 Sherlocks versus 1. Oh, shit. No preference. 3 Sherlocks versus 1 Moriarty. I kind of want a 1v1. It's because that's more my style. Now, how much you want to bet? There's going to be nobody... Wait. There's going to be nobody playing it. Pawn commands... But you don't get to choose, like, really which one you are. But what, I'm kind of hosting it? Or I'm not really searching for it. I guess I could do no preference. See, it's not terribly important to me for it to even be multiplayer. Like, the core mechanic is still potentially a good idea. You have to wonder why games like this go down. It's probably just because... I mean, I had certainly never heard of it. I didn't even know it existed until like a couple weeks ago, where I just was looking up. There's like this website, delisted games. Okay, that's not too bad. There's like this website about delisted games that allows you to see what's going offline when. So everything on there, if I have any interest at all in it, I try to make a point to do it. Kernel case 5. There's going to be a fixed number of cases, which obviously these people are probably experts in. Your AI is Sherlock. I'd rather be the villain, honestly. This is just great. The weather report didn't mention any snowstorm. Looks like the road has been cut off. We're not going anywhere. You must be joking. I finished off the last of the food supplies. Oh dear, I don't suppose we can make it home on foot. What is this? Hope for help for a few days. This is the Shining all over again. A few days, my blood sugar's dropping. Oh, it's always the same characters too. I'm sure there's something we'll have to eat because Berkeley's here again. Morning of day 1. Villain possess a weapon. Villain in the same area as target. No witnesses are in the room and within line of sight. Same area as target. Well, 3 days before rescue arrives, opportunity to murder one of them. We must influence their actions and prevent tragedy. I'm able to command 3 pawns, Moriarty but 2. Anyone not in possession of food by the end of the night This goes for our villain too, similarly immune to fatigue. Suffice to say, we should prioritize our immediate need for food. Searching is a must. Unfortunately, data on it is few and far between. Stay alert for a green glow that is food. Wait, that was a lot of reading. And a lot of it was skipping. Look for the green glow. So you can move some of these people around. Villain possesses a weapon. Villain is in the same area as target. I guess I don't really care. Let's just move some people and get some food. Although he has the most body fat, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Freeman, so I can move 3 things. I'm just going to do random stuff. Here, let's do these 3. And then let him do what he's going to do. Commit command. You have a certain amount of time. Oh, this could be fun, though. Rescue in 10 turns. So the first priority is just getting food. I moved a whole bunch of them out of the way. You don't know who the killer is going to be, right? I don't know what these icons are that I'm holding. Let's see what he decides to do. He moves Catherine there. So if I move it first, then he can't move the killer. Oh, this trophy could really hurt somebody. I'd better take it. Doesn't that kind of out Catherine as the killer? Or maybe they're all killers. If he wants them to be. So he has the weapon there. Like, I guess we can just run away. I don't really have a way to defend myself. I have to look for some kind of object in a drawer or something. It's the night of the first day, or 9 turns. No evidence of Moriarty overrode my command in the previous turn. But he just picked up a weapon, so this is it. Like, why does it matter? View suspect. She's the suspect. Why else would you get a weapon? Like, no shit. So what do I do? View suspects, zoom camera. Like, you should just be able to decide they're the culprit, but you still have to play around it, I guess. Let's just go as far as we can. How are we gonna get to the food? Basically, I'm just trying to run away as much as possible. Or, you know, I could control, I could just control her. Can't I? Or maybe not. Wait. I could, so what if I just put her away from me? That she can't possibly... It seems maybe counterproductive, but she has the knife, so just get her out of here. That, I don't know whether that's a good strategy or not. Because you have to get a weapon first, so I don't even care about anything else. I don't know how you can really tell where objects are and stuff, though. He's gonna get a weapon, too. Obtained food. Wonderful, I can save this for later. Why would he care about that, though? Just because it's gonna last so long that... I thought he said... I guess the text went by kind of fast, so I didn't really understand. So I'm doing this just to cut Catherine, so I can just keep doing that. But it's going to get hard later if they all get weapons. Then I can't do it, obviously, all the time. Oh, so you just pick up stuff automatically. Antler could be dangerous. I'll pick it up with me. Now, was that me who did it, or... 36 versus 65? I don't know what any of this means. Like... All you're trying to do is get food. Like, how is he winning that? I don't know what it's based on. Freeman is performing an action. There's some green shit in there, too. Waiting for everybody to respond. You alright? Find anything to eat? Not much, just hoping to figure the situation out. Dorothy has shown no intent towards Berkeley. Thus, if Dorothy is our villain, Berkeley cannot be the target. It may be that the solution may provide solution to another. Well... I'm kind of putting her in the corner. I don't really understand. No evidence that Moriarty overrode my command in the previous turn. Dorothy is showing signs of fatigue. I can only move 2 areas this turn. I'm almost prepared to find the findings of my analysis. Deduce whether our villain is within 3 areas of the target. Anyone not in possession of food, weakened is greatly diminished. Within 3 areas of... It goes by too fast. Can you see like a backlog or something? Whatever. I don't even... Like, let's say I know who it is. Then why does it matter? Like, I don't even know what to do at that point. I don't care about Agatha. Like, what am I even... I don't get it. Where am I even trying to go? I'm just trying to go as far away from these clowns as possible. Turn 8. Like, let's go here, just because. I can control his, which is what kind of confuses me. Let's just group up on one spot then. How about that? We'll go all three there. I don't know exactly why. And so we're so far from them. We're just going to run circles around them. So arguably they shouldn't be able to catch up. And again, you shouldn't consolidate so many people in one spot. Oh, here's the log. What did he say? Within 3 areas of the target. And the target is not Berkeley. Let's say the target is Agatha. Would make a certain... Or no. What's happening here? Better put it out in the open. We're already slipped up. I've detected that Dorothy was under his control. Dorothy is not Moriarty's target. Dorothy found a note. Something here. Someone's blade, maybe. Oh, shit. So that was my own mistake that I brought a knife right in front of me. Is this a fuse box? Fuse box where you to tamper with it, the manner would be punched into darkness. Dark, the other pawns have to be in the same area as the target in order to prevent a murder from occurring. In short, being in the same room as the villain. Be wise to prevent our adversary from tampering with it. I must apologize for making you wait. My thorough analysis is now complete. That means he knows who the killer is? The villain is not within 3 areas of the target, which tells us the following. The 4 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha... Yeah, no shit. The 3 potential villains who might be targeting... What? All other characters might be yet targeting Catherine. Ellery. The 3 potential villains who might be targeting Free... Oh my god. You can view deduction with the tab key. That didn't really help that much, though. Pawns will now eat... rescue in 7 turns. Now we can be certain Dorothy was under Moriarty's control. Agatha is showing signs of fatigue and only moved 2 this turn. Help shall arrive in 2 days, then we must stay sharp. Till then. Rescue in 7 turns. Why did he say in 2 days, though? But this chick has a knife, so what am I supposed to do? Like, if I go here... I can even move theirs, though. Still, what does it matter if she has a knife? I don't really get that mechanic. I kind of like that you can do that, but... He has, like, so many weapons, and I have no way to defend myself. Point of interest weapon. Let's go ahead and take that so we can fight back. And then have this guy go... How about we just stay together? But then they'll be able to kill something else. Why do I feel like Agatha's not exactly on my side? Agatha can't move very far. Apparently. Which means she's a sitting duck target. That deduction didn't seem really all that helpful, but it could be because I'm messing things up anyway. Ping use stamp. Berkeley is performing action. Anyone got a biscuit? No. Dude, you just fucking ate. I just got you all across the house to be able to eat. Pick up the weapon and try to protect everybody. The blade could hurt somebody. You better take it with me. Didn't I have a weapon on somebody else too? But it's not about who is who, because you can just control anybody any turn. I could just take somebody with a knife and kill somebody myself, but I wouldn't really want to. Something to nibble on. Don't mind if I do. Dude, you can go like a week without eating food. You don't need to worry this much. There must be food. Holy shit. Doesn't look too healthy, but beggars can't be choosers. If I don't get something to eat, I'm going to start losing it. Ellery has interfered with the fuse box. We have shortly make do without electricity. While the dark one's vision limited current area, being in the same room as the villain is not enough to stop the murder. We will be without light. That is until we discover a fuse box repair without delay. One thing is crystal clear. Ellery is not Moriarty's target. Now you've gone and done it. Starvation is not the way I'd envisioned this would go. Afternoon of day 2. Rescue in 6 days. Oh, in 6 turns. I see no evidence overrode my command. Ellery sang to Moriarty's tune. Yeah, so they're not the target. Now couldn't I just kill Dorothy? Like, because I picked up a weapon. Okay, I should be prioritizing Agatha, it seems like, because the other ones are not my doing. So you move, and we gotta... Or what, can I not move? We'll go, like, here. At least this guy can defend himself. Being in the same room as a killer is not going to be enough, apparently. Here, let's just stack up. We'll put Agatha in there, too, although I guess I can't. She's just gonna die of hunger at this point. Or maybe we can go here, and then she'll get stabbed to death. Whatever. Give it a try. You gotta... Oh no, I can't see a thing. How the tables turn, stolen the control of Agatha. Well played. This antler might hurt somebody. Now, by stolen control, all these rooms and not a cracker between them. I need to eat already. Who turned the lights down? Stop playing around. Performing an action. Please, anything. I'll eat a crumb at this point. Hello, it's not easy to see without lights on, you know. I'm used to fasting intermittently, but not this long. It's been like 2 days. The lights went out. How am I supposed to see anything like this? I'm starving. Come on, who's holding out on me? So we're all basically starving together. Blindness to list of problems. He obtained food. Nobody thinks to share it with anybody else. I might get my hands on something to eat. Electricity is out, makes it awfully difficult to see. I have to go there to do a fuse box thing or something? A random wolf comes inside the window. What is this? Where did you come from? But you can't see it because it's dark. Never mind the fact that you can see through walls to be able to do it. I can see what the problem might be somewhat with the amount of dialogue and stuff. It's kind of unusual for a multiplayer game. Agatha under more... But what you want to see is some kind of iteration, like a sequel to it that's better and improves on some of the flaws. Dogs attack at anyone in the vicinity. Flee or fight. Also ready to present analysis. Whether our villain was in 3 areas of the target. I'm not really even paying attention to this because of how much is going on, but like his deductions. So Agatha is going to starve to death. Pretty much everybody's just going to die from that reason alone. But he stole control of Agatha, but I don't really know what that means because every turn you can still just do whatever you want with whoever you want. Right? I can still move him. So what if I get her to kill her? I guess you just can't kill people, period. I don't even know like why you would move some of these other people at some point. Like assume those are under his control. So where is my third thing? Dorothy. He stole control of Agatha, which means what though? It has like a certain icon on it. I don't know what I'm doing. Move away from the thing. Apparently I can't move at all. What's going on? Oh, I guess he's just so hungry that he can't do anything. Okay, let's just move these people away. Whatever. I don't know what's happening. Oh no, I can't see a thing. But we were able to go to somewhere where it said we couldn't go. Like in the red. I know that sound. I need to eat. Who turned the lights down? Stop playing around. I didn't even move him at all. This is terrible. I really need something to eat. Not easy to see. A lot of this is canned repetitive dialogue. I'll be taking this. Thank you very much. Time to take some fluids. I need to eat something. I wonder if this is somebody who's playing the game just because it's about to go down for the like first-ish time like me, or it could be some pro tryhard who's like an expert, but I guess he wouldn't be able to tell right away. Rescue in 5 turns. So all you have to do is survive, but it doesn't seem like you can do a whole lot. Or I'm just like not really understanding it. The wolf is kind of a fun mechanic though. This reminds me almost of like the... What was that game? Party Hard or something, like where a bear will come and kill a whole bunch of people. My thorough analysis is now complete. They don't need to show this every time, dude. Catherine, Agatha. The villain is not within 3 areas of the target. Potential villains who might be Berkeley. Yeah, basically everybody. Potential villains who might be targeting is basically everybody. 3 potential villains who might be targeting them. Hans will now eat. So the target's just gonna die of hunger at this point. I'm not gonna be able to figure out. Because other than that, I have like no objective. Electricity is back up, so you didn't even have to do anything to do it. Overrode my command. Agatha is showing signs of fatigue and it can only move 2 areas this turn. Help shall arrive in 1 day. We must stay sharp. Now he's gonna go for the kill, most certainly. He's apparently just gonna die of whatever. So like, the fact that he armed some of these people with knives would probably tell you that... How do you just cancel the input? That those must be the killers. Isn't this like food right here? Like, let's just go. But for some reason, it's not really always doing it. Like, I already gave him food before. And he's already hungry again. Search that. You can move Dorothy away to like here. And if you want to kill Freeman, you can. So they're not within 3. So it's like the target could be Berkeley and the killer could be like one of these ones. Agatha, Catherine. I can't really move too far with most of these people. The dynamic of being able to move any random piece. Like, let's get Ellery killed. Just because. By the wolf. Like, what if that was his killer? I don't even know, but... I'm gonna get my own target killed. Something to nibble on, don't mind if I do. Now he can override the command, I guess, that'll get that chick killed with the wolf. Dorothy is clearly like somebody he wants to be involved with a lot of this shit. So, but it couldn't be Freeman because we know I could really do something to eat right now. It has to be specifically the killer that can kill the... They can kill the target. Nobody else can kill it. If I don't get something to eat... So he overrode my action. Let us observe what happens. He didn't let us get her killed. Which means they must be the killer or something. I'll be dead by dawn at this rate. I'm giving you food right now, you clown. Why doesn't this guy ever do anything I tell him to? Oh, now he's gonna... Berkeley stumbled upon some tear gas spray. Spraying a location. How about the food, dude? Be able to deduce who the villain is. Seem to be having trouble staying on my feet. Ping used a stamp. It must be like Ellery or Agatha because they were so far away. Waiting for everyone to respond. Maybe I should play a game like a 3v3 or something so I can see how other people are playing. There is a leak. Now we can be certain Ellery was under Moriarty's control. A vexing development. Gas leak has been made in the room. Harmful pass through with a fill to avoid it. One may also take measures to repair it, but now it's too late for to worry about that. Catherine is showing signs of fatigue, can only move 2 this turn. So this dude is incapable of eating food. He just can't do it. Like, I've been in this room dancing around it for like a century. But he didn't seem to care too much about Dorothy, so what if it's just Ellery? Just keep them away from me and that's it. That must be it. They've gone to such lengths to involve them. Catherine can't even move much. Agatha doesn't really matter. I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to do. Villain possesses a weapon. Same area as target. No witnesses are in the room and within line of sight. I mean, you can always just keep 2 people on top of each other. Rescue in 3 turns. It's so weird how you can just do that. You can just cuck whoever they're trying to do by moving them away constantly. It must be Ellery, the way that they're playing. Why else would they do that? They don't even care about Dorothy, who's been within vicinity for a long time. I don't know what this is even keeping track of exactly. 52 versus 48. Catherine is performing an action. It couldn't be Catherine, could it? But didn't it just say that she can barely move anyway? Forget it, I possibly couldn't carry anything else. Dorothy is performing an action, so it's obviously not Freeman who he wants to kill, because we just gave the open chance. This hammer isn't safe here. Let me put it somewhere safer. Agatha's performing an action. Food, I must find food. Why does he care so much about food, though? Isn't his goal just to kill us? Fuse box, doesn't matter. Tamper with it. It's too late, though, isn't it? Areas is dark, or he might go for the final kill under the cover of darkness. I'm starving. Who's holding out on me? Keep it together. Don't you... Dude, what is this guy's problem? No, don't keep it for later. Just eat it now, because you're evidently not capable of doing that. I don't know what's going on with this guy either. I didn't even choose to move him. I guess he did that? Oh, I guess they eat at a fixed time. Oh, is the wolf going to kill himself with the gas? He's not even really doing anything. That is kind of a fun mechanic, though, that random stuff like that happens, too. It's not even like he caused it to happen. Night, day 3. Rescue in 2 turns. Now we can be certain Agatha was under Moriarty's control. Dorothy is showing signs of fatigue. Also ready to present analysis. Deduce whether the villain was in 3 areas of target. Dorothy is without food. Okay. So... I mean, I'm going to keep assuming it's Ellery. Like, this is what we tried to do. I don't know if that's the good way to think of it or not. Let's just get him out of here. Keep him as far. It's not Dorothy. Like, I don't care about Dorothy. It could be Catherine because they were kind of being all shifty. So let's just not even move any of our other people that we've been moving. Just get them all away from the thing. Who else could it possibly be? Or like it's going to turn out that Berkeley is actually the one who has to kill, but it couldn't be anything with Dorothy because they're so far away. Might need this later. Medicine. Dorothy has come across some medicine. Medicine can cure ailments. Pawns can be medicine. Another in need. Cannot cure an empty stomach. Use it wisely. Yeah, this has been more about getting food than it is about killing people. While it's dark, vision is limited. Without light until day 4. Isn't it already over? Like, there's 2 turns left. I hope nobody notices it was me. Dude, are you not capable of eating food? Or what is wrong with this guy? I've gotten him food like 3 times. I just don't know how it works, I guess. Don't they eat, like, at some automated time? This guy is kind of pissing me off. Must apologize for making you wait. Thorough analysis. Okay, this will get old. This will get really old. You don't need to keep doing this. Villain is not within 3 areas of the target. So it's Ellery, 100%. Targeting are 3 potential villains. Wait. 3 potential villains who might be targeting. Villains will now eat. Finally, this guy gets something into his stomach. In 1 turn. That's all you have to do. The manor's electricity is down. Agatha and Ellery were under their control. What should we do? Can't we just keep moving them too? I don't get why you can't just get away with doing this. Just keep moving them away. But I guess they can override it. I might be wasting my turn. Dorothy and Catherine couldn't be it. Let's move him away into like the corner just so he's safe. Freeman doesn't seem to be much of a problem. I'm probably misunderstanding some basic mechanic, but who cares? We might still win. That's the beauty of it. Not knowing what you're doing, going against somebody who maybe knows what they're doing. I guess you would never know unless you can see like their rank or whatever. Unless that's the rank there, like level 0. Because it's like their first game too. So rescue in 1 turn. So the electricity thing doesn't matter much. So he's going to override my commands, I guess. Oh no, I can't see a thing. We just get him out of the way. You would think they'd make a point. Who turned the lights out? Why is it showing it there, though? Hello, it's not easy to turn the lights on. Oh, so it's going to be Catherine, actually. Otherwise, why would you do that? Electricity is out. It couldn't be Freeman, because he doesn't even have a weapon or anything. There must be food around. I must eat. Lights went out. So shouldn't I just win? Because that's it. Or we get, like, 1 more turn. But if they can override my movement, successfully stop the devious plot. I'm not even sure, but I would say Berkeley was the target and Ellery or Catherine was the... Game is won, has been foiled for the time being. I'm still not even sure. We have foiled the plot. However, to reach the truth, one must name a suspect. This responsibility falls to you. Who is our villain? I have the feeling it was that. You believe Ellery to be the villain. It's probably not, but it would just make sense. My villain has been unmasked. Fine detective work. So then why were you moving Catherine or something? I guess you felt like you didn't have a choice. So what if I didn't choose that? Target was free. Wait, what the fuck? I didn't think that would be true. Suspect captured for murder. So what if I didn't get that? Detective points. Villain identified, 100 points. Identified a villain, deduced the pawn was the target. Okay. You want to play again with the same players? No. You can verse yourself in the tutorial in any time limit of your choosing. Do not hesitate to revisit this tutorial, but that wasn't even a tutorial. Profile. 1 win, 0 losses, 0 draws. Oh, I guess it might be a draw then. Open. 1 to 2 players level room. Villain identified. Foiled Moriarty's plan, but failed to identify the villain. I guess you would still win though, right? Oh, that would kind of hurt though, because that's the most fun thing of all. I don't fully understand though still. Like, Moriarty, Irene, Watson. I don't know what all that means. They're all like different... I don't know. You can play as like different characters, but like which side is which? This is a bad guy. This is a... I don't understand. Whatever. I guess we should do another, like... I almost want to do another tutorial to understand. View the results. So Freeman was the target. Ellery was the villain, which isn't too hard to have figured out, but... How would you do, like... Solo training? I just kind of want to understand, like... Moriarty, collaborator, suspect. You can call out one of your fellow investigators for suspicion for collaborating with Moriarty. Crimesight ID. How? Numbers indicate how many investigators suspect they are up to no good. Click to cast your vote. Click again or vote for a different investigator to change your vote. This only indicates who you think is acting suspicious. Doesn't go far as count an actual accusation of betrayal. Ear spray gas, wild dog, notation. Now, is that just because I've seen those things, or is that all the mechanics in the game? Because we saw pretty much all of them in one thing. The greatest success was Berkeley just figuring out how to eat food, because he apparently couldn't handle that. Introduction. Murder conditions. Learn the circumstance in which they can kill the target. They have to be alone in the room. There can't be any witnesses. And something else. Learn how to command pawns and what happens when these commands conflict with the Moriarty. Status ailments. Executing the assail action. And what happens in the final turn after the villain is revealed. Relax deduction. So it's possible that if the game goes a certain way, he would just tell you outright, this person is the killer. But he kept getting confused and saying it could be one of like 4 people. How you can interact with other people using ping and mute. Huh. That'd be more so if you're like working together with people. Why is it showing me those? Does that mean like... Is this the same guy? Like the only guy who exists in the in the game right now? Okay, let's try again. I don't fully understand still how the mechanics work though, because it seems like you can just cheese them with moving the same person away, but you got to pay a lot of attention at the beginning to try to figure out, okay, now I'm the killer. That's at least fun. I almost prefer that. Rescue in 10 turns. I am Moriarty. Partner, you should bring nothing but your best game. Destroy our target, Freeman. Our victim is trapped here with everyone else. On this occasion, I can command 2 pawns, a reality which Sherlock is aware of. Or I exceed him, he eludes me. I cannot control their minds. The target is Freeman. Our killing is Catherine. Catherine kills Freeman. Okay, that's all you have to do. Now, they're right there, so... Who cares about food? Like, just go for the kill, dude. I guess you don't want to make it too obvious, but Couldn't you almost just do it like right away? Can we move actually Freeman? We can't move Freeman. We can move anybody else. Do we want to almost bait him with something, I guess? Agatha. I mean, you can't help but try to do it anyway. You can only move 2 things. Like, it might be too soon to do that. But see, even I didn't know who the target was. So, he doesn't know that I'm trying to kill Freeman. He just knows, why bother? Such a feeble attempt is easily squashed. So he might move the other 3 and just say... Wait, what? Oh, that's not me. That's... This guy's always trying to get food. Catherine is performing an action. So if he doesn't move Freeman away, couldn't I just... Oh, no. But there's other conditions, too. Which now I actually forget. And it's not telling me. But they have to be, like, all by themselves. So nobody's moving Freeman, who is the easy target here. But everybody else has to move. Freeman's performing an action. He's trying to get away. Which might make him... Oh, shit. He might have just walked into a trap. Because he's putting himself by himself. I forget what the other conditions are. Why wouldn't it tell you now? It told me as a detective. He seems like a sitting duck. I'll just go in there and kill him. Right? Catherine kills... Wait. Why didn't I get a weapon? Previous move is detective. Agatha is not the target. How? I just picked up a weapon with... Wait, why didn't I get the weapon, though? What the fuck? I just did that. No, you know what? But even if he knows, like... Wait, how do I undo it? I can't undo it? What if I want to go, like... Go to here and pick it up and just be super obvious about it? And then who else do I want to do? Berkeley I don't really care about. Like, why would it matter even? He knows Agatha is not... Why can I not target some people? Like, he should be able to move. I don't know what I'm even doing. It is maybe a little bit harder because you only have 2 things you can move. Agatha's performing action. I picked up a weapon, though. I don't understand why I didn't. Like, what? You can't pick up a weapon in front of somebody, or what? I'm gonna make it super obvious, though. It is hard to hide who the killer is, because why would you dick around and move other people? I'm just going straight to the point. Pick up the weapon right in front of him and just kill him. Apparently, you just can't pick up objects, or it takes, like, a whole nother turn to do it, because I don't get it. I guess you really just won't do it in front of other people? Maybe that's what it is. I've had 2 chances and it just won't let me do it. You know it's not Agatha, so it's going to be impossible to catch up. Why would anyone leave this antler here? It's always an antler. So Catherine is going to... I'm just being super obvious about it. Like... Night of day 1. Rescue in 8 turns. I guess you don't have to rush it like that. He knows the target could be anybody. Floundering in the dark. He will be sure whether it's 3 areas of the target. No food in their person. Who cares about food, dude? Pick up the goddamn weapon. What is wrong with the... I don't understand how that mechanic works. Here, now I'll pick up the weapon with him. To scare him a little bit, I guess. I hate this. Like, we'll go around dancing around for food. Because that's really the #1 priority right now. We'll make it seem like it's Berkeley, even though... You can't really not move the killer, though. Because look how long this is going to take. He was like a sitting duck, and I still couldn't do it. He loves Agatha. I guess because he knows that Agatha isn't a killer, so he feels comfortable moving her. Medicine, I'll put it in my pocket for later. Does that mean you could save somebody from death? Okay, now he'll get scared at least. That I'm picking up a weapon. If it hurts somebody, take it with me. I think I made it pretty obvious that Catherine is the culprit, though. My power is unwavering. My commands... He knows my power is unassailable, but that means he would know it's the killer. I'd better take it. Right? Because the only one you can't control is the... Wait. I don't... He didn't know even who the target was. That's the thing. He doesn't know that I'm trying to kill Freeman. That's the best advantage you have. Forget about the... You know who the killer is. You don't know who the killer is trying to target. But I guess it'll tell it within like 3... If it's within 3 spaces. So now... Oh, maybe he does know. It's hard to catch up once you... Sherlock is closing in as we speak. Oh, I get to see him too? They really love this animation. Sherlock has completed an analysis. He'll be sharing it now. Catherine and Freeman aren't close to each other. I can already guess what he deduced. There's no evidence pointing to who might be trying to kill Dorothy. All other pawns remain under suspicion. Berkeley, Catherine, and Dorothy could be targeting Ellery. Okay. Sherlock's deductions with the tab key. Pawns will now eat, so I guess I'll be starving on Catherine. I've just moved Catherine every time, so... Here's our previous move has been detected. He would have deduced that Catherine is not the target. Dorothy and Ellery's inhibited ability to maneuver serves our purposes. We should help. Help should arrive in 2 days. It just seems impossible to catch up. That's what's so hard about it. I can't control Freeman. Unfortunately, we are unable to command them. I mean, I'll just keep brute forcing him, but it doesn't seem like it's remotely possible. Like, what could I do to slow him down? You have to, like, turn off the lights or something. He would know it's not within 3 spaces. So you would think it's got to be Berkeley. So we got to bait him. But then we're moving farther away. I guess I'll do that. It might just be harder as a killer, but not necessarily. It's just the 2 move thing is kind of a little bit tough. Agatha's performing an action. He just loves moving Agatha. Yes, food we spotted again. But see, why does a move like that matter? Why do you care if Agatha eats or not? You're like, why bother? Yeah, I'm clearly trying to kill Freeman with Berkeley. So at least that's a good bait. Wait, how do you go that far? What the fuck? There must be something to eat somewhere in this house, but by the time I get it, it's already too late. There must be some food around here I need to eat. All these people have weapons too. We have got it in a situation where Freeman is kind of isolated, but I guess if he just keeps moving him every turn, there's nothing I can do. I won't be able to catch up. Now I have to waste a turn to eat food. I like how the first 3 turns was it just me trying to pick up a weapon. Like, what the fuck? Here's our previous move has been detected. He would have deduced that Berkeley is not the target. Well, obviously he's not the target. Inhibited ability serves our purposes perfectly. So there was food there, but he just nabbed it. I mean, I don't see any other way than just going right at it. We'll try to get him to move like in the other direction. How do you get away with just not moving the killer? Like, there's not enough time. Everything happens so slowly, so you have to move the killer like every single turn. Possess a weapon, same area, no witnesses, and within line of sight. That's all you have to do. But if he just keeps moving him, like, he seems pretty sure that Freeman is the target. He might not know which one of these 2 is the killer. So it could be Berkeley because we're still 3 spaces away. But, like, I'm never going to catch up. We are kind of trapping him, though. Like, he'll be afraid to go towards Freeman, and so he'll walk right into me. He did kind of put himself in a corner, didn't he? I like that. He has to come through one way or the other. But if he goes the other way, I just lose, because I'll never be able to catch up. Agatha's performing an action. Okay. I just don't see what this has to do with anything. What does him doing this matter? I wonder, is this a secret? Oh, I guess that could be partly why. There must be certain tricks to these maps that are maybe always consistent too. Oh shit, but he's going kind of the right way then. So what, he knows it's not Freeman? I guess now he'll know. Picks up a weapon, which I'm not really sure what that does. Like, if you can defend yourself then? Anything? I'll eat crumbs at this point. We're just gonna starve to death. I'm used to fasting intermittently, but not this long. So I guess the characters really just are always the same. Damn it. I just lose. Rescue in 6 turns. I love how obvious I'm being with it too. I'm not even trying to hide the fact. I feel like I can just get away with it though anyway. There is a leak. According to the plan, Sherlock is not a cent of it. Target's real identity could be Dorothy, Ellen, or Freeman. I think he's figured it out though. Ability, blah blah. I don't care about that. No food. They will come weak. And you only care because they want to commit murder. Not because... Now see, when you move, it doesn't actually sometimes pick up the food though. Or it'll pick up the wrong item, which is just kind of silly. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong somehow, but... So he would know it's not him because it's within like a 3 square radius, right? Like, why is he not afraid of this guy? Berkeley is performing an action. So now he'll be tempted to maybe go the other way. But then again, he wouldn't see that I had done that. And he didn't seem afraid. Because he walked right into it anyway. Oh, shit. You're doing me a favor. Oh, my God. If only you fucking knew how to eat food, you could have just done it. Now, will I be able to move far enough to be able to do it? Because I'll get the first move, right? But I guess somehow... This seems like the perfect spot. We got him right where we wanted, dude. And that clown isn't going to matter because they're not within line of sight either. Huh? Yeah. Hard to believe this is happening, right? It's got to be some kind of joke. Nice acting, dude. Sherlock has gained a vital piece of evidence. Catherine was seen to not attack Ellery, which means Ellery cannot be the target. But that doesn't matter, because if he knew that Catherine was the killer, then he wouldn't have come there. I should just win right here. Like, that should be enough. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, can I move that far and do it? Catherine and Freeman are close to each other. Yes, but can I still not just do it? Villain has been revealed. This is the final command phase. Damn you, when did you realize Catherine was the villain? When I moved her every turn. But can't I still just do it? You've revealed it, but... Go out. Oh my god, it's not going to be close enough, is it? Use on self. You can't move far enough. The stupid food that did me in. Just go in there and just die from the fucking gas, dude. If he was maybe one space closer, you'd be able to do it. So you have to prioritize food maybe a bit more early so you can move more. But see how we kind of baited him with Berkeley where he moved the other way. So he walked right into us. And I still couldn't do it. Now he's moving Berkeley like a clown. Now he'll move Freeman into that room with him so he has a witness, I guess. Final turn. Dorothy obtained food. Or maybe he won't move Freeman at all because he knows we can't. Oh, no. That was a good play, actually, because now... But you didn't know. What if Berkeley was? I'll just do it for the VM of it. Just to get somebody killed at least. Yeah, are you satisfied? Was that food worth it? Losing the whole match? So stupid. Wait. Yeah, that's not at all what's actually happening because we're nowhere near each other. Yeah, we lose. We get it. You don't have to show us all these things. Damn you, you've ruined everything. When a clever man... Yeah, it was so hard to tell. At least the other guy did a better job of, or it might be the same guy, did a better job of trying to hide it, but I just almost didn't even care. Did he actually guess the one right? Suspect attempt captured. Is he like the only one playing or what? 3v1, 2v2, 2v1, 3v1. How would that even work? That seems kind of unfair. Or you must get like way more moves and stuff. Let's see. Assigned AI preference. I won't even say like you inherently have an advantage, but the 3 moves is definitely meaningful. The whole advantage of being Moriarty is you know everything from the start. Who the killer is going to be and who the target is. So yeah, for so long with the first game, I didn't know who was even the target, who I was trying to protect. Seems very cool, but it's the kind of thing, rather than going offline, you would want to see it be improved and maybe get a sequel or get some updates, but instead they're just giving up on it. As the community seems to have done too, because I mean, if it was super active, that'd be a different story. 90 seconds too. I mean, these are all like the default settings. Yeah, I'm much more a fan of 1v1 type stuff though, for better or for worse. I don't really like, that's why it's not even that I dislike multiplayer games, it's just that I don't like when you have to work with other people. Because they're like, oh, if you're successful at something, it feels like either you got carried or you're carrying them, or they hold you back. Like the old League of Legends thing where, you know, you can play great but lose, so then it's still your fault, or you play bad but you win, so then, oh, you know, we won despite you or whatever. It's just, you can't win no matter what. You could have the best game ever, but you still get punished for your team being a bunch of clowns, or vice versa. You could play like shit and then you win every game. Player can be added. Shouldn't it be even longer than that of a list? Because it could be like a 3v3. Or no, it can't. It can be a 3v1. The max number of players can be 4. It almost seems like it'd be really fun as a single player game too. You could make a really interesting campaign out of this. But no, let's just make a multiplayer game so we can delist it a year later and complain how nobody's playing enough to justify the upkeep of the servers. Like, game servers are not that fucking expensive to keep up, dude. That these companies need to be little babies about it. I just paid $10 there. That's a month more of server time. Like fucking with classic WoW. I'm subbed for all these classic old school MMOs just because I want to try them once. So I'll pay a $15 sub fee for the month just to be able to play it one time, and then I'll never play it again. Not because I don't like it, but because I just don't have time. I think that the Oring thing in Lord of the Rings was awesome, though. The intro for that was fantastic. So I wouldn't even mind doing the single player stuff, but I could do that anytime is kind of the point. So like, why bother? So that's all I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get one game out of it for $10. Incredible. I think chess is an overused trope in fiction of like everything is chess. Death Note uses chess. Code Geass uses chess. Every detective story ever uses it in some way. Miles Edgeworth, Logic Chess Part 2. Like, we get it. It's a well-known game that involves some amount of strategy, but there's other games out there. Holy shit. Harry Potter used chess in the final Wizard's Chess, where you just smash the fucking pieces. That's clearly the most intellectual version of the game ever. So even when I'm not playing chess, I find a variant that I didn't know existed. So presumably you'd be able to keep the game in the sense that, you know, I could do all this stuff later. These could be unlock training in a simulated prediction match. All stages and events are possible. I think the event thing is probably one of the coolest aspects, because, you know, like the random way the wolf comes in and it just the finely laid plans of mice and men. You're not going to be able to. Now this would allow me. No. This would allow me to get in a match probably more easily, but room selection. The most dead game you've ever seen, dude. Sometimes I joke about games being dead. Look at this, dude. There was one player and we played twice, and that is it. He dropped off the face of the earth, and I wouldn't want to play the same guy over and over either, just for whatever. He's maybe just trying to show me that it's easier to win as Sherlock than Moriarty. It did seem really unfair because you were so focused on food the whole goddamn time. Unless you can like control another character to pick up the food and drop it, but then it would make it obvious who the killer was. He even allowed himself to be isolated, like so close to me. He like walked right into me, but no, this stupid chick needs to eat some goddamn food. That's the only thing on these players' minds. 2 wolves, or maybe that just means random events. It would kind of be nice if they told you what these things are. 2 generators, 1 leak, 2 wolves, or maybe potential random events, and maybe fast forwarding is off. Or no, control ping stamp. Oh, it does if you hover over? No, it just says the same thing. Okay, let's just look for another match. You might say, oh, this is why they're delisting it. This is why it's going offline. But that doesn't make sense. Then by that logic, if people were playing, then they wouldn't do it. So it's like people must have not been playing in the first place, and then they decided to do it. This is oddly specifically relevant to my interest, though, because of how much I'm a detective fan, and whether it be detective shows or movies or games and stuff. And so to apply that to a multiplayer context is quite fascinating, especially when you can do a 1v1 kind of context. In fact, it might be one of the best examples of the kind of game where you could do that, because like even games like Among Us and stuff don't work as well in a 1v1 context because you know who it is. Here, at least you get multiple units and stuff. I would love to see a better version of this kind of game come around, or at least a more active version, so I can at least see whether it's good or not. But that's the main disadvantage, is you have 2 moves, and so you have to lull them into a false sense of security to, I don't know. Because imagine like, oh, I moved Catherine every turn, so I made it obvious that it was her. But if I didn't move her, there was no way I could have won, because you're never going to catch up. So the issue wasn't that I moved her, it was the food. The fact that, okay, I'll do a tutorial match and then I'll try to wait for another one. Or you know what, we can try like no preference, just whatever, 2v2, 3v1, whatever. Let's see. It's really going to be that dead, huh? Maybe everybody's just pissed that it's going offline, but that gives you even more of a reason to go out with a bang. That's kind of sad, dude. Somebody else was streaming it too, but how could you stream it if nobody is playing the game? Or I guess they could just be playing with a friend, or they could be doing the same thing I'm doing. Like, let's just do the campaign. Solo training, the first killer. Now, isn't that what I just did? It wouldn't have that exclamation mark though if it was, right? Foresight system. Durham University. I'm pretty sure I just did this. Your AI is now Sherlock. That might be one of the problems, is just the balance issue. It's too hard to win as a killer, but I don't know if that's entirely true. Let us review the event. Fingerprints all over it, and it falls to you to do everything in your power to stop the villain before it's too late. Current analysis, we must stop the murder in its last phase. In this phase, last tragedy strikes. Only have 3 turns at our disposal. Isn't this basically the same one that we saw? Villain must possess a weapon, line of sight. So, I mean, you should probably pick up weapons and stuff just to
prevent other people, I guess, from picking them up. They can barely move. This could be really meta too at a certain point, like where you can just, but it seems like it'd be more strategies for the killer. Antique statue might hurt somebody. I'd best take it with me. Now, does that mean that they're going to be the killer? Of course, here there's only like 5 units instead of 6, right? 1, 2, 3, or only 4. That makes it kind of too obvious. It'll say, oh, your suspect isn't within 3 spaces, so that means obviously it's them. That's it. And there is maybe some random element to it. So even in the single player context, Agatha and Catherine were just under Moriarty's control. May lead us to him. What should our next move be? Well, if they got the weapon with this, you could move it away. Like only one person has the weapon. You can't really cross through if Dorothy's going to be the victim. So that might be setting myself up for a problem. So let's not do Dorothy. You go to there. And you only have but so much room here, I guess. So, oh, let's go here instead. Just to kind of slow pace her. Go here. So at least these two are nice and snug together. So they'll serve as a witness. Why is my name in the red when I'm even the... Yeah, you wouldn't be able to kill me even if I was the target. So how you, like in this situation, how do you get rid of one of the two? You'd have to do wait, what? Oh, you would have to just do it like that. Yeah, look how hard it is for the killer to do it sometimes though. Now all I have to do is move one of those two back in, or I could just move Agatha away. Be certain that Agatha and Catherine were under their control. What should our next move be? Agatha is showing signs of fatigue, can only move 2 spaces this turn. So I should leave it up to them to... Or wait, maybe I should just move here, and then or you know what, I could still cuck Agatha by going in the corner, and then keep Catherine here as well, just so that you have a witness there too. Now you'll never be able to catch up. That one maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or they're controlling them as well. I don't get how they keep doing that every single time. Agatha's performing murder in her eyes. Oh, that was maybe pretty efficient. Oh shit, I lost to an AI. Of course, the first time I was the one who was playing as the killer, right, in the tutorial. It actually starts you as Moriarty. Hello and goodbye. I like the way she looks there. We failed to stop the crime, but fear not, we shall simply repeat the process until you succeed. Winner Moriarty. Moriarty is victorious. Agatha is still on the loose. Let's look for another match, which I'm sure I won't be able to find. Maybe this wasn't the greatest idea, but this is the price you pay when you... That's why this is always like secondary in this format. I'll do something that I know is going to be... Because it won't matter as much whether it's active or not. It could be a dead MMO, but you still get to just do it, right? There's still a lot to the experience. Here, you're almost relying on the multiplayer aspect to an extent. I mean, there's not even enough of the campaign. Even if you were to do all 5 of those, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. I mean, I almost want to do them because... Let's give it a few minutes and then... Man, I can't believe I actually died there. Wasn't that just the same one? I was even making fun of it, so they can like override your ability to control the culprit. But like, what could I have mathematically done there? I guess I could have moved the other chick so that we would have a witness. Moriarty protocol. I mean, it's acting like... Here, let me do it again. Oh, I guess I didn't do it as Sherlock. Maybe I did it as Moriarty. Let's just beat all these. That'll count as like a story mode of the game. It has so much potential, but I guess they just didn't do a whole lot with it. Definitely seems a lot easier as this, even though I just lost, but this map is maybe a bit smaller and there's less room to run around. Analysis, current events, blah, blah, blah. Is it always like the same thing too? That would make it kind of too predictable. It might not be, but like, what would I really want to do here? Let's say that you want there to be, or you could just pick up a weapon yourself, I guess. Point of interest. So you can just completely stop them from doing it in the first place. Let's just move these two away. Of course, you can't command 3 here because, or no, you can't. You can command 3 out of 4, yet you still lose somehow. You have to be a clown like me. Agatha's performing an action. So that means you know Agatha's a killer, right? Because how else would they override my control? I don't even get it. What, I'm... Catherine is performing an action. What even happened? How did we end up with Berkeley to there? What? Already? Turn 1 OTK? Just because I like seeing the animation. And of course they have to harbor some ill will. Or how is that happening so quickly? This might be more scripted in such a way because it is like a smaller map that... Oh, that's how he did that emoji thing. Because there's going to be like one right and wrong answer. You should almost move... I don't understand how he got moved there though. Okay, let me try again. We basically already did it as the tutorial, but I guess not from this perspective. This is not how a normal multiplayer game would go, because you're never going to see somebody die that quickly. You can just move around randomly and it still won't happen. So apparently you just can't move her at all. You just accept the fact that, oh, it's because I was trying to pick up the weapon. You cannot move Agatha, so don't even bother trying. So all you have to do is keep Catherine and Berkeley together, I guess. But then they'll just do a 2-for-1. And this is almost like cheating because then you already know who the killer is going to be. Like, it's always just the same thing. There should be a random element to mix it up. But it might hurt somebody. Like, even in the single player capacity, there could be random events like the wolf and whatnot. But what if you're on the 2nd floor? Then how would a wolf even be able to do that? Catherine is performing an action. Dorothy is performing an action. You kind of just want to get them all 3 together. They can move 2 and I can move 3. But you can be certain Catherine is just under Moriarty's control. Yeah, no shit. It doesn't matter really what Dorothy does. You just have to keep these 2 together. You shouldn't necessarily be able to... I mean, I guess I'll still bring her closer, but I don't really know. She's just gonna come in there and just kill me. Now, there's already 2 people in here. But now I'm gonna isolate myself. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone out the other way if you predicted her movement. What? Can I maybe meet in the middle? I mean, I'll move all 3 of them to here. Or I guess Dorothy probably won't be able to reach. Rescue in 1 turn. Just don't fuck it up. You shouldn't be able to stop all of them. But now I isolated them so much that it's going to be possible that I won't be able to do it. All you would have to do is move Catherine away and I lose. Just walk right into her. No, now this time I get to do it. So they chose to maybe move Dorothy stupidly, who couldn't get there in the first place. Dorothy is completely useless in this whole context. Like, he doesn't do anything for either of us. Agatha, but she can't. Villain has been revealed. This is the final command phase. Seems our foe has made a grave misstep. Agatha did conspire. Catherine's presence has prevented Agatha. Hollow victory for present. For sure, our foe is to strike again. I must stop Agatha at all costs. Wait, what? You have to move again? Maybe I can do this. I can do this. I can try to do this, but it won't do anything. That would be the best way to cuck somebody, just... So now they'll move Catherine and kill me. Because I'm just not able to guarantee that they can move, or... I guess you can't rely on trying to move the killer, is the point. And Dorothy is really going to save you. They're still in line of sight, although they're pretty spread out. So she'll try to do it anyway. But it should show the other witness stopping it, not just... What does it actually show? Oh, it shows him doing it. Just because there's a witness, as if you could magically do that. It makes these cutscenes a little too dramatic. It's cool at first, but you show great promise after losing to it like twice. One time pretty badly, but again, this is more like a scripted answer. I went to go pick up the weapon to see if I could, but then they just always get it first, so... Winner, Sherlock. Okay, let me try to find another match. Kind of annoying. I got one match ever in the history of this game, and that'll be it, I guess. That's incredible. Yeah, good luck doing a 3v1 when you can't even find people for a 1v1. Holy shit. Almost as bad of an investment as buying an MMO subscription fee to play it one time. You pay a $10 game to play one game, literally. I guess the only killer victory that we saw was ourselves when we did the tutorial. When the other guy played against me, or when I played against them, we both lost. So either Moriarty is just a lot more complicated, or it's just more difficult. You can't move any pieces. It's a little confusing as far as the override aspect. So if you both try to move the same thing, well, first of all, you can't move the target as Moriarty, but if you're Sherlock and you try to move the killer, they can override it. But doesn't that tell you then that they must be the killer? Because that's the only one that they would have guaranteed control of. Unless there can be multiple killers, but I don't think that really makes sense. Especially in a 1v1 context. I wonder how the units would be different in in like the 3v1 and stuff. I mean, you could always play it with like friends and stuff. So if you were a bigger streamer or you had more of a network of people, you could always do it that way just to, you know. So no game would ever be dead for you, but just showing the authentic experience like this is a little bit different. There's just nothing I can do with that. How long did I wait the first time? I think I maybe waited a little bit. Let me, you know, while I wait, let's look at more delisted games. Just to see what we have to look forward to. Why not? Star Blazer leaves Steam soon. February 10th. Servers up until at least April. What is Star Blazer? That looks like an old school game. Of course, a lot of these will have negative reviews now. Oh, it's like some kind of VR thing. Aeronautica Imperial leaves Steam shortly. Now, as long as it's on like some other platform. Game was delisted on the afternoon of February 9th, shortly after our post went up. Alt Space VR shuts down March 10th on Steam's window and VR platforms. Project Zandata on Steam shuts down. I don't even know what that is. What the hell is that? Project Zandata. It has like a Beautiful Joe art style to it. Free to play. Shuts down when? May 31st. At least if they give proper notice. Trip in Another World. Leave Steam February 28th. That sounds interesting. What is it? Or no, not Star Blazer. Trip in Another World. Yeah, it shouldn't be a game that relies on multiplayer as much as this, because otherwise... Oh, this isn't what I was thinking of. It's some kind of Japanese kawaii thing, not like actually some space travel thing. Ballistic Overkill, leaving Steam on February 13th. Remains on sale for private servers. Rolling Rumble, EA service shuts down. Yeah, it may as well be Anthem. Ruined that playthrough too. Oddfellows Software removing 6 games from Steam. Lost Sunday and Lost Sunday Comics viewer in Steam. Homeland, Brave Survivors. See, most of these I don't even care about, but just Big Bears, Frog X Log, Gator Parade, Love This Game, Load the Game, and Skin Stealers. Don't know what any of those are. These are almost like Flash games. What did I just play? Okay, this game just doesn't exist. Let's just do some of the solo training. Let's try to do all of them. So we beat this as Sherlock. Let's try to beat all of them as Moriarty. So this one we did do, I'm pretty sure. Wait. Try to stop Moriarty, but we're doing it in the context of this, aren't we? Or maybe this is different. All stages and events are possible. Or maybe this is always a Sherlock. Try to deal imitation match. Oh, maybe this is just like a different thing. I thought you were choosing that as far as who to play as and then choosing a 1 to 5. Number 3, something, something. Okay, this is at least a very big match. Map, I mean. Is it always the same? Because I thought there would be different maps. Morning of day 1, rescue in 10 turns. So the AI is definitely not chopped liver. In fact, the whole theme of the game is how good AI is in the first place. Ellery, Berkeley. Okay, so far we know nothing, right? So you're taking a total shot in the dark. So what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't give people weapons and stuff. They'll just move different people to random places. And so they could just move like here, and then they could move maybe here. But that might be the one and only game that I ever get to play because against somebody else. That could mean Agatha's a killer. It could mean nothing at all. Picking up what could potentially be a weapon, finds a note. New mechanic. Oh my, the food is just sitting there for anyone to find. It would be kind of cool if you could do this right in the long run though still, because there could be some fun random events and stuff that happen. Or you could try to make it harder for yourself, like make your own rules, like, oh, you just can't move this unit this game and you have to win without doing that still. The antler could really hurt somebody. So these ones, it wouldn't really tell you. Wait, why can they move 3 things? Or no, it's showing my movements too. Freeman is performing an action. Can't help but think of Gordon Freeman when you hear that. But that's actually his real name, despite it being like a code name because of what he does. Why would anyone leave this here? Now you can still move them away, but if it is actually the killer, then you have to allow the fact that you're going to get overridden. He didn't try to override my command, showing signs of fatigue. So because he didn't try to do it, that means one of these two must be the problem. Now, if I move both of them, wouldn't that tell me, like, if he's still able to move them, that means... Well, the problem is, what if one of these people is... But there's too many people in this room. So let's just keep moving Berkeley away. Search. Because the fact of the matter is, he couldn't possibly kill anybody here, even if they were the victim. Because... Or the target. Because there's too many other witnesses there. So that's always a good thing. You kind of want to stay together. Finders keepers, keep in my pocket for later. So let's see who doesn't follow my command, and that must be them. Right? Is it really just that easy to figure out? He's controlling them. Wait, that wasn't me who did it. He's moving Ellery. So he didn't try to move Freeman. Moriarty has slipped up and I detected that Freeman was under his control. Freeman is not Moriarty's target. So that means he's a killer though too, right? Now we can be certain Freeman was just under Moriarty's control. Ellery is showing signs of fatigue. Almost ready to prevent the findings of my analysis whether the villain is within 3 areas of the target. Everybody's without food. So the assumption would be that it's Freeman, but he didn't even try to do anything there. Emery couldn't be the target. Or no, now he'll say... I guess I don't really get it. As long as they're both 1, 2, and then we can still keep moving these guys away. Agatha and those two are together. The other ones don't even have weapons, so even if they were a threat, like, why are you trying to move them away? Maybe because Dorothy is the target? Why would you even bother doing that? Yeah, nice AI. Is getting peckish. This guy's just on a different mission altogether. You're chasing, let's say, Dorothy would be the best case you could go for. You could easily just slowly run away, or you'd have to eat something first too. Ellery is doing something else though. Somehow they overrode what I did there because I didn't choose to, or no, maybe I just didn't try to move them at all. No, I think I tried to go there. Freeman is coming too. You need something? Little lost in thought at the moment. Please leave me be. They could both try to take each other out. Freeman has shown no ill intent. If Freeman is our villain, then Catherine cannot be the target. Might be the solution may prove one or the other. It seems like Freeman definitely is. So who is within 3 spots of it or not is the question here. Villain is not within 3 areas of the target, which tells us the following. It must be one of the ones that I've obviously guessed. It has to be. 3 potential villains must be targeting Agatha, Catherine, Ellery, and Freeman. 4 potential villains. Okay. I love these ones where he just says it could be anybody, pretty much. 4 potential villains. You can view the deduction with tab key. Yeah, nice deduction. Now they'll eat, which a lot of mine don't really even have anything to do. He's kind of helping this guy, though, because he just let him eat a whole bunch of stuff. Help arrive in 2 days. Now I'm kind of just moving for the sake of it. We could come here and search that. That's the problem, is you just get slowed down by the lack of food. Although it didn't seem like as much of an issue here. As long as you stay together, it should be hard for them to catch up. It can be just as linear and simple as that. You're going totally to the wrong side, and you'll just never get there in time. I'll cool down with this later. Chow down. The ideal situation, I guess, is like they have the killer outside the room, and then they have like you have a witness with you, so you think the witness is enough, but they can move the witness and themselves in the same turn. Save this for later. You can't really give stuff in between characters. Something to nibble on, don't mind if I do. So these are all fine. They're completely on the other side of the house. Starvation is not the way I envision, so depending on which way they go, I can kind of juke them a little bit. Afternoon day 2, rescue in 6 turns. I see no evidence they overrode my command. Ellery is showing signs of fatigue, which is kind of good because they're on the other side. It's like you kind of have to decide what you want to do here. They're totally in like the wrong area, so let's not even move too far, so we have some flexibility. Or maybe not. Maybe you want to go like go here, and it's unlikely they're going to come towards me. So what if you just don't move them at all, and you try to move one of their clowns even further out? Or no, you kind of have to move them to try to get some food or something, which they desperately want. And then assuming he controls them, that'd be really the only threat level. But you can't really do anything about them then. He's moving Berkeley, which doesn't matter. It's very unlikely that they're... In fact, it couldn't be, because they would have been within 3 spaces of the target anyway. It could be Ellery or Freeman. Now you start to talk yourself out of it. Food, I must find food. Didn't you just have food where you said you'd save it for later? Please, anything, I'll eat crumbs at this point. It's Dorothy who really needs the food. Which hopefully that's what it is, or it could be a weapon. Doesn't look too healthy, but beggars can't be choosers. Simply must get my hands on something to eat. Okay, so he's coming for us. So this could be trouble. I don't really understand why Agatha's complaining, though. We just got her something. 5 turns, halfway there. There is a leak. What if that happens just in the room that you're already in, though? No evidence they overrode it. Vexing development. Gas leak has been made. Has to avoid it. One can also take measures by repairing the pipe. It's so far away. 3 areas of the target. Freeman is without food, which is great. So you don't want to like cross his body here, but then we are going to back ourselves into a dead end, sort of. I don't really know who is going to be the target still, but he's at least coming in the general direction. But he shouldn't be able to catch up, because if he's lacking on food, he's going to have to first get food and then try to chase. Is it a fuse box? Fuse box, tamper with it, blah, blah, blah. Why is Agatha being like that? Sometimes you give them food and then they just don't eat it. And then they complain immediately after. Such gluttonous people. They're so far away. And he's just trying to leave. Must apologize. Okay, this is pretty clear. They really overuse this animation. At least the one at the end is kind of cool and satisfying, but villain is not within 3 areas of the target. 3 potential villains who might be targeting Berkeley are Catherine, Ellery. 3 potential villains who could be targeting Catherine. Okay. I think we kind of already know. Hans will now eat. It does put so much pressure on you as Moriarty, because you only have 2 things that you can move, and if you don't move the right one, then help arrive in 1 day. Try to get as far away as possible. Seems like I'm kind of starving, but I don't really know. But you know what? That's kind of moving too close to him. You can all just kind of clump up here, but he also needs food, so that's the biggest weakness of all. That's the best reason not to commit murder. Just not for moral reasons, but just because you're too hungry to summon the energy to do it. It's obviously Freeman. I couldn't imagine. And even if it's not, it doesn't matter. That's sometimes the thing. Like, just stay away from everybody, but like these 3 don't even have weapons, so they would have to go get one, then probably get some food on the way back, and then try to do it. Damn, I'm surprised Emery was able to come that far that easily. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Rescue in 3 turns. There is a leak again. Good thing it's on the other side. Vexing development. Gas-filled room. Take measures to repair it. I guess that could just be a lot closer, so maybe it was lucky. Now, this is kind of tricky because they can come through there. You are in kind of an odd spot. There's no door there. So this is like a dead end, but it could have some merit to it. Maybe we should put Dorothy in there and then put the other two kind of here, and then no, I don't know actually. It can be hard to cross them sometimes. He could come up through there. He could come through there. I guess I'll just hide in here regardless. And they don't have enough time really to take advantage of this. He comes into there, picks that up, whatever it is. I don't know if you have a weapon yourself, if you can defend yourself. That doesn't really seem to be much of a mechanic. That's not like one of the requirements. They just have to be alone together in the same room. Some food, I could use this later on. But you won't. You'll just complain that you immediately need more. You can't come through there. You'd have to walk all the way around. This dude can barely move and he's just vacillating back and forth. Not even trying to go for it. So assuming even if it's Emery, I can still keep running them around in circles. The trophy. Now there's only like one turn left. The gas leak is shut off. No evidence that you tried to override it. Ready to see the analysis. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody is a suspect. Everybody is a thing. Actually, it does make me wonder now. I almost thought it was Freeman, but now the AI's strange behavior is making me question it. Because what if it's not? So like you'll be asked to guess and then you'll get it wrong. Agatha's performing an action. I didn't choose to do that. Oh, I probably should have moved Dorothy in case it is Emery or Ellery. Or no, I did. Never mind. That might just be... Oh, shit. Probably move a little bit further. But see, this is where they can kind of trap you. You don't know whether... But he's still so far, and he can't even do anything. Even if you find some there, like, there's nothing left. You have to just, like, go for the kill this move and this move only. Let's apologize for making you wait. Thorough analysis is complete. That might be one of the problems with it, is just the detective is too, Sherlock is too overpowered. Within 3 areas, potential villain who might be targeting Berkeley is Ellery. Only potential villain who might be targeting Dorothy is Ellery. You might say for sure that it's him, but you just have to get away. I guess if you were starving, must be the truth. Ellery is the villain. Yeah. Actually, I really thought it was Freeman most of the time. Do what you must do to survive. I mean, it shouldn't be possible for him to really... What you could do is you could end up isolating yourself in such a way that it could be a problem. But he even said it's not Agatha who could be the victim. So this should be fine. Like, what if I just can't move far enough away, though? Like, really, if you were hungry and that was the issue, that could be why you lose. They could move, like, 3-4 squares. You could only move 2. Medicine. That we haven't really seen medicine come into play at all so far. I mean, they're all together now, so it should be okay. Even if you could get to me. He was moving Freeman around early, like that was actually going to be the guy to do it. Look how he almost caught up, too. If I left somebody in there, that could have been trouble. He's not even there, though. How many millions of times have you seen this animation if you played this game on a regular basis? Never gets old. Even this one doesn't bother me as much as the constant deductive ones in the middle. So this is one where he clearly just told us who the culprit was too. Maybe they shouldn't be so explicit with it, but I guess if the circumstances make it obvious, they will. Like the first one, it wasn't that well. It might have been obvious, but it didn't tell you anyway. I mean, you could do this like as if it was a campaign, but let's try again. Here, I'll actually go AFK while I wait and see if anything happens. This is kind of sad. I mean, on one hand, you could say that's why it's dead and you should expect that. But on the other hand, you could say that's the very reason why people should be doing it, just to see it, just to try it before it dies out. Yeah, still nobody, unless maybe somebody was there and then they went away. Whatever. I was even going to say we should do all those little things like the campaign, but it's not even really a campaign. It's like, these are just tutorials, right? I just spend a number of days within the I guess I'll try each of these, but aren't these all like from the perspective of one? Moriarty protocol, start training. I should try to win one as just that. Introduction, camera controls, blah blah blah, tips. I guess I could still try them. Do all of those. That'll be the story mode. The only thing we can actually do with it. I guess I should have just kept playing the same guy over and over because I didn't realize it would be that sparse, but whatever. This is at least like at a different angle where it's all going towards the left. So my whole strategy involves just like hiding in a corner, but sometimes that doesn't work. 10 turns. You will now get to know their means of murder. In this training, you shall stand in for Moriarty's assistant. Do your best to evade my deductions and kill the target. Oh, so they're even doing it in like a pragmatic way. Do your best to try to kill the target. So now, you should almost just go get the food first, because you're never going to be able to kill them this early. And then you can kind of throw them off to try to pick up the weapon, which maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense even, but why bother? Such a few attempts are squashed. But doesn't that tell him then that that must be my guy? Because if you try to control that and you can't, the only one that would happen with is, or maybe that happens no matter what. So if Moriarty gets the precedent, so if I choose it to move it as Moriarty and Sherlock chooses it, I always get the thing, because I don't think it really happened the other way ever. And for Moriarty, you just can't move the target, period. But as Sherlock, you don't even know who the target is. So of course, conveniently, he still moves them, but like a million miles away. So Agatha has to get a weapon before anything else. Tear gas spray, one can cloud vision with gas. Harmful. Okay. So that's like a good self-defense thing. It doesn't seem like if you have a weapon, just because everybody almost ends up getting a weapon regardless. It appears our previous moves have been detected. You would have deduced that Agatha is not the target. Okay. But you need a weapon, dude. Weapon lies inside. Why can't I take it? Search. And then we can just keep kind of moving the same two to kind of confuse him a little bit. But you kind of don't want to put them together like that. He knows my power is unassailable. So what he keeps trying to do, Agatha, but then he's kind of wasting his move. It didn't even say where it was searching, because I tried to search there. Blade might hurt somebody. Now, didn't I already pick a weapon up with him? Sherlock is nothing if not persistent. My power is unwavering. Oh, he's trying to control both of them. He basically won't be able to move anybody at all. What a clown show. But there's also something weird about, like, Antler could really hurt somebody. Like, we're not even that far away necessarily, but we don't even have a weapon with that. So he's moving everybody but the target. I like these little conversations. What's up? Hard to believe this is happening. It's got to be some kind of joke. But that shows you that they're not hostile towards each other or whatever. Catherine was seen to not attack Dorothy, which means if Catherine is our villain, Dorothy cannot be the target. I like how he rationalizes it from the opposite perspective. Like, if their previous move has been detected, he would have deduced that Berkeley is not the target. But no shit, he's not the target. The question is whether he's the killer himself or not. Like, how do I even do this? You could try to go for it, but you're not going to be able to reach him. And then as soon as I do that, you're going to escape. Or wait. Oh, you don't have to be like right next to them, I guess. You just have to be in the same room, right? Like, I might just be able to kill him right now. He knows my power is unassailable, so he's too the AI is too stupid to just not keep trying to move the same one over and over, even though it knows. Like, I've moved the same 2 units every single time. Fuck. You just can't catch up, dude. Here, I'll just wait and eat some food. He can be really hard as Moriarty. Secret passage, I might have found something. It's so far away that it's not even really relevant, though. He has kind of pinned himself in a dead end. So now we get to see that sexy animation again for the millionth time. Agatha, exclamation mark. Sherlock has come. Agatha and Ellery aren't close to each other. He already deduced that, what? Agatha and Freeman could be targeting Catherine. Only one who could be targeting Dorothy is Freeman. Agatha and Freeman could be targeting Ellery. Okay. Hans will now eat. There's so many cool variations of this kind of thing you could do, but here is a previous move. But see, he's locked himself into a dead end. So all I would have to do is we'll go in here and eat and just wait for you to come out, I guess. And you might say, why eat? Because I can barely fucking move. In fact, I can't even eat. I don't even have a weapon, though. Oh, you can go... Oh. Wait, what? I thought that was a dead end for some reason. Oh, I don't know. What would be the point in moving any other unit anyway? I guess just move them away so that they can't be... Just to like pick up resources so that they can't, or... He's trying it so many times, which is good. He's kind of stun locking himself. Anyone got a biscuit? No. I mean, I almost wanted to go for the food, but let's see if he moves Ellery. Finders keepers, save it for later. Yeah, I don't see why this move would be consequential. I guess just to confuse them, but even if that was a killer, it's going to take me 50 turns to get to the other side again, so why even bother? What is this doing here? Adzi. I don't even know what that is. Must be food. That's good. See, he's spreading everybody away from where I am. Shouldn't it be just as simple as going in there? Or wait, he's coming to me. He just walked to his own demise. Isn't that it? Why would he ever do that? Why would anyone leave this here? Shouldn't this be all it takes? What the fuck? Yeah, thanks, dude. And by dude, I mean AI. And by AI, I don't even mean the AI in the game, but actual AI. You'd have to be as bad as me, because I did do that in one of the ones against the computer. Why would you even think to do that? You could have gone down the other way, too. Sorry, no hard feelings, okay? I love the way they look when they go crazy like that. Why do I feel like it's always her that we see in that crazy mode? Agatha's murderous urge. There was almost something in Danganronpa like that where one of their faces goes all crazy when they're about to kill somebody. Accomplish a criminal plan. So, predicted scene of the crime, gas leak, wild dog. Let's just do each of these, I guess. That'll be our story mode, and then I'll try to wait for one more cue, and then it won't work, and then I'm just done. Number 3, Laura's done something. I don't like how the environments all look the same, though. They shouldn't all look like this house. Even Among Us has better map variety. I do love the idea of a 1v1 possible format with a game like this, though. Most of these type of games don't have that. survive, you must look at the surroundings. Dorothy's by themselves. Let's just go to some other part of the house. Let's just try to spread people out, I guess. Search. Let's go search. It's really a shot in the dark at the beginning. You almost shouldn't search because you could be arming like the killer with a weapon. But then by that logic, you would think they would already be controlling them. Trophy might hurt somebody. I'd best take it with me. Berkeley is performing an action. Catherine's performing an action. That means they couldn't be trying to target anybody, I guess. I do like the way it gives you that sort of deductive feedback. Like, you could come to the same deductions yourself. It's just making it super clear what is known and what is not known. Ellery is performing an action. It's the best you could do in a multiplayer context because it's so subjective sometimes how you interpret stuff. And of course, they could be playing around your expectations still. Freeman, like, what if they do something that seems inconsistent with being the killer or something, but they still... Did you need something? Hard to believe this is happening. It's got to be some kind of joke. That proves that they're not the target. Catherine is shown... I guess it is scripted in that way. This could be really good. Why didn't this get picked up like Among Us did by streamers? This could be the ultimate fucking thing if... It's at least more intuitive than that, but that's not even saying much at all. Well, yeah, if only PewDiePie had done a video of this, or if XQC had streamed it, that's all it would have taken for this to explode. That's seriously how sad it is. Like, you could just pay one of them $10,000 to sponsor stream one time. Most people didn't even know this existed, so... Wait, so who am I even playing as? I'm playing as a detective. These two don't bear ill will towards each other. So... Let me look at the log again. Did he say like within 3 squares? Catherine was just under Moriarty's control. Catherine is showing signs of fatigue. If Catherine is our villain, Freeman is not the target. So let's just move Berkeley around, I guess. We can search. Move Ellery around. I'm assuming one of these 3 is gonna be the thing. He's just moving away, so I don't even care about that. There shouldn't be here. Let me put it out of harm's way. You already have a weapon, so I guess you don't. You're gonna dual wield. Dual wielding in a story detective game. This antique should hurt somebody to take it with me. You know, I could be setting myself up to get killed by doing that. Like, maybe he is the killer, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Dorothy's performing an action, trying to get out of the way a little bit. Of course, we have to find food to eat, otherwise we move so slow. You do have to last the full amount of turns here. So this is simulating what an online game would look like, except their clown behavior is even greater here than it probably would be. Now we can be sure that Berkeley was just under Moriarty's control, almost ready to present the findings. Whether they're within 3 squares of the target. Everybody's without food. So these 2 I'm definitely on the track with. So I guess I'll just keep going in this direction because why not? And we'll have some food there eventually. The 2 of them can move there. Now the point is if Freeman is the target, then... I mean, I guess he doesn't have a weapon. So Catherine won't kill Freeman. What if Freeman turns out to be the killer, though? That is actually a possibility, right? Still. Oh, that'd be an interesting twist. I'm gonna arm Freeman and then he's gonna kill somebody else. Or what if it's the... Well, it couldn't be the other way. Although I guess he didn't have a weapon, so he wouldn't have shown his ill intent without it. So Catherine could still be the killer, and she's gonna kind of ring around the rosy on me here. What's that doing here? Better put it out in the open. Performing an action. Now, doesn't that mean that Dorothy is like the killer? Because how could you bypass my ability to control you there? Now, if Ellery is the target, that could be a real problem. I have to go waste some time eating food. Oh, this one's a little bit confusing because how could you know? Let me actually read the deduction here. It seems like Dorothy would have to be the one. I must apologize for making you wait. Can you not skip this? Incredible. The villain is not within 3 areas of the target, which tells us the following. All other characters might be targeting Agatha. The 4 potential villains who might be targeting Ellery or everybody else. The 4 potential villains, Freeman, blah, blah, blah. You can view the deduction with tab key. So he's almost saying Agatha could be the biggest target, but... But the thing with the target is they can't control them, right? So it can't be Agatha because they've been moving Agatha around. So doesn't that tell you right there? Dorothy was under... Catherine showing signs of fatigue. Help she'll arrive in 2 days. Must stay sharp. Yeah, I don't even understand that. Just keep track of everybody they control, and then they can't possibly win because... I'm kind of going too far here, but let's just search that. I'm going to assume Dorothy is the... 1, 2... I don't know. Everybody's far enough away. Yeah, how could they move Agatha if Agatha is the target? You're not allowed to do that. Or wait, they're overriding me on Ellery and everybody. I guess Moriarty can just override everybody all the time. Freeman is moving. Berkeley is moving, which was me doing it. Catherine, there must be something to eat. Wasn't there something to eat right there? You just ran away from it. What a clown. You were just there, but you instead picked up a weapon or something. When does medicine even cure ailments that the pawn is sustained? Can give aid to others in need? But that's like from the gas and stuff. It's not going to be from killing them, because if you get the chance to kill them, you just kill them. They don't bleed out and have a chance to. 6 turns left. We can be sure that Ellery and Dorothy were just in Moriarty's control. No matter how significant they seem, lead us to Moriarty. What should be our next move? Agatha and Ellery are showing signs of fatigue. Yeah, I would try to get food, but... Wait, but they were just under control, so... Does that mean that... That means that they're not the target, so why would I care, right? They've moved everybody besides who? I feel like they might not have moved Berkeley. Yeah, they moved everybody besides Berkeley, so Berkeley's the target somehow. I guess? That would make logical sense, but something about it just doesn't jive. Let's move her away. And then Freeman doesn't even have a Dinkin weapon, so let's just go back. Agatha's performing action. She'll just kill Berkeley. But Berkeley still gets to move first. Ellery is performing action. Freeman is just kind of dicking around. Although he might turn out to be the killer. That would be actually kind of impressive. All these rooms and not a cracker in between them. Please, anything I need crumbs at this point. I'm trying to give you food. For whatever reason, just so it makes it easier for you to come and kill me, I guess. I guess that's the easiest deduction of all, right? If I understand correctly, Moriarty can never control the thing. So if they move everybody else, that tells you who the killer is. You can be certain that Catherine was just under Moriarty's control. Whether the villain is within 3 areas. We need a lot of food. We can go here. Go ahead and search it. So Freeman doesn't scare me too much. Agatha can just get out of the damn way. I mean, they're the closest one still, although Catherine could potentially be an issue here. But can we last 5 turns? I mean, we would at least have to eat something to be able to move around like that. Sometimes it is good to keep some of the other characters around, though. But I always just act like, oh, if they have a weapon, it's such a problem. But it's not, because nobody can kill except for the one guy. So you need them sometimes as witnesses. So this whole idea of keeping them all away is potentially bad. I need to eat. Medicine should come in handy, but you can't eat it. Damn, dude, this Berkeley guy gets cucked on food all the time. They're just all sticking around the same spot. Is it time to take on some fluids? I need to eat something. Must apologize for making you wait. My thorough analysis is now complete. I almost just did an emoji there. Even this game has a custom cursor. Look at that. But not all these card games and whatnot. The villain is within 3 areas of the target, which tells us the following. 2 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha are Dorothy and Ellery. Wait, what? But how can you be targeting Agatha when you moved Agatha? That's not how it works, right? Ellery is showing signs of food. Help shall arrive in 1 day. We must stay sharp. I mean, assuming that he's right about that, we'll just do that. Dear Antler. Just for this dude, food just doesn't exist. We'll just die from starvation at this point. The rest of these clowns don't really matter. None of them bother me. So by his logic, one of these two is the killer and Agatha's the target, which kind of breaks the rule of how the game works. But let's see. To me, Berkeley would have to be the victim, the target, because he's the only one that they haven't moved. I must be right about that, but I could really do with something to eat right now that all these people care about. If you don't get something to eat, I'll start losing it. But he could be chasing me there. Starvation is not what I envisioned. Dorothy is just kind of out of commission. Just upon some food, it seems. I'll be dead by dawn at this rate. I don't have stamina to go on. Does that mean if you die of starvation that would count as a victory for the killer? No matter how insignificant, what should be our next move be? Catherine is showing signs of fatigue. So who could be trying to kill me? Ellery could be trying to kill us here. There's nobody else really nearby. So it'd be a great move, I think, to search that. Berkeley really can't do anything. So I guess we'll just do that. And then it's almost pointless to do that. So let's say Ellery was the killer. They're just going to override our ability to do that. Oh, I should have moved farther than that, actually. Catherine doesn't seem like they're going to be anything. Freeman is just kind of dicking around. Forget it. Couldn't carry anything else. Food. I must find food. Yeah, well, Berkeley needs it a bit more than you. This is always like bad luck. It's always out of his reach. Okay, so you'll be fine. But assuming that Ellery wants to kill you, how do you move that far when you're that hungry? I can keep dancing around you, pick up something maybe there. What's this? Of course, you don't need to be right next to them, I don't think. I guess I don't fully still understand that. You have to be in the same room, and then you can kill them, but... Oh, Ellery could come for Berkeley, though, so I almost don't even want to go for the food. Of course, when they're hungry, they're still moving like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't get it. 2 turns left. Rescue in 2 turns. He's certain that Ellery was just under Moriarty's control. Present my findings, whether within 3 areas of the target. Let's just go up here and we can search. We can go... I want to see what happens, like if you starve to death, because that's all that's going to happen here. So they're going to keep moving Ellery. So if I do it, that just tells me that they control them, but it doesn't actually do anything. I don't know why they're moving around Catherine. It doesn't matter. I almost was convinced that Berkeley is the target, so let's see if I'm right. It almost makes it seem too obvious then. He was trying to say that Agatha could be the victim, but it's not possible because then you're moving them too much or at all. Excellent. This will serve my nourishment needs, so he's not even a threat because he doesn't have a weapon, and it's not going to be him. I'm done for. Now he's going to be the target, and he's going to die of hunger. Please, I don't think I'm going to make it. Critical. That'd be a hilarious way to lose, actually. Must be something to eat in here. I see murder in Ellery's eyes, and they're looking at Agatha. The villain has been revealed. Okay, I guess I don't get it. Ellery did conspire to commit murder. It's a hollow victory at present. Save Ellery at all costs. Do what you can to survive. How can you move them then? I thought that was the rule. And this guy can just fucking roll over and die for all I care. You can command one more pawn. I guess it doesn't really matter. There shouldn't be a way that you can catch up. Catherine's performing action. It isn't even too bad to play against the AI, but you would need to flesh it out a lot more and create like a lot more fun scenarios, which they obviously didn't bother to do. That was a nice angle there. This almost makes me want to play Party Hard, which again had some really cool interactions to it. Is Berkeley gonna die or not? Because like it's almost building up to that. So apparently Moriarty can control the target, because that's the only way to explain that otherwise. Like how they make it look like they're right next to you even if they're not. The real reason why you failed is because you're too far away, not because, or I guess they had to break their guys and do it more obviously, so they just come sprinting in and reveal themselves. Takes a true genius to figure that out. And it's not super hard to identify the killer, but sometimes that might be the case. Like, you beat somebody in a moral victory, not by is a solution its own reward. This would have been so fun over the lifespan, although technically it wasn't very long. It's one of those things that's just a good idea, right? But it relies too much on the multiplayer aspect, I guess. But it didn't have to. And there were like other characters too. I don't understand exactly how that works. Maybe it's just like different skins for the same character. And you'll show another different animation for the deductions and stuff. Gas leak. Try to take care of a gas leak. Try to deal with a wild dog appears. Try to deal with the location of the secret passage. We've seen secret passages get revealed, but we haven't really seen them be used, because they're always like on the other side of the map. Always that snowstorm outside. Makes me think of The Shining. You're trapped inside and you get cabin fever and just kill somebody. Scene is set. When or where such traps may be sprung is unclear, but our mission to stop the villain remains unchanged. Oh, it's still going to be a 10-turn thing. It always makes you play as the detective here too. So we're just moving random stuff at this point. Let's just try to spread them out in such a way that makes it awkward for them. Always Berkeley. I have a real thing for trying to hunt around for food with him, but it never seems to happen. I always think I'm near it and then we get something else instead, because it's like a random item that might not be food, and then we just end up getting so tired. Catherine performed an action. Now I told her to go there, so doesn't that tell me right there that that's the killer? Looks like a fuse box. Well, it's dark, same area, blah blah blah. That's kind of a cool mechanic too, but it almost hasn't mattered in most of these games. Or is that even what the... No, I thought this was the gas one. Why did anyone leave this here? Doesn't it seem like he went farther than anybody else can possibly go? That seemed kind of unnatural. Rescue in 10 turns. I'm just doing the tutorial. Oh, shit. Now we can be certain that Catherine was just under Moriarty's control. Vexing development of gas leak has been made in this room. Or maybe that's what it means that... No, I still don't get that last game. How come he's able to control Agatha if Agatha is the target? That I don't know. One may also take measures to repair it. Catherine and Freeman are showing signs of fatigue, can only move 2 areas. Is that because of the gas, or they're already hungry and shit? Move Agatha away. Fix the gas leak. Fuse box, use them to turn it back on. Let's just get out of here. Although we might be walking into a trap. These guys both don't have weapons, so it almost doesn't matter. We can search there. It just feels bad when you search too much because you might end up giving weapons to them. Now we're kind of coming a little bit closer, but we can kind of juke whatever way he goes. So it seems like a dead end, but at least these two are together watching each other. You kind of need 3 on top of each other, though, so then they have to move 2, which they can't do, right? So 1 witness is almost not enough. If you have the killer and the victim there, you only need, and you only have 1 witness, they can move the witness and, chase with the killer at the same time, or even come into the room for the first time. Yeah, searching is sometimes bad to do as Sherlock, because what's it gonna matter? Medicine can be used to cure. Sometimes they repeat the same stuff too often. Like for every, I don't know, it's like you know what medicine does by now, and you can't skip that. There's another leak. Normally there's not that many that quickly. Vaccine development, gas leak. Take measures to repair it, thereby sealing the leak. I don't even know how exactly you do that, but it almost doesn't matter. Ready to present the findings. So again, it's very unlikely that it's any of these. Let's go ahead and search that. Let's go ahead and search that. Dorothy, I'm not sure. But again, as long as you don't have a weapon, it's possible that I could accept that outcome. It says my name in red like I'm Moriarty or something, but isn't this like one of those IP potential rip-off things? Like the IP is public domain now and all, but I wonder how, or maybe they just got permission somehow. Can we name our AI after you, our fictional AI? Hillary's performing action, going through the smoke, which I think adds to your fatigue. Health values wouldn't even really matter because the only person who's going to get killed is the target anyway, potentially. And even if somebody else dies, it wouldn't even matter to either player that much. Well, it might matter as far as a witness thing. Can't take this much longer. Again, none of you have weapons. Or actually, Berkeley does have a weapon. Okay, is he going to say within 3 spaces? Because if it's not within 3 spaces, that means that all 3 of those people are safe. The villain is not within 3 areas of the target, which tells us the following. 3 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha, who might be targeting Berkeley, who might be targeting Dorothy. There's one of those 3. So the point is, one of them is like dying in the fog, which is awesome. Dying and starving in the fog. One of them is way too far. Oh, this is awesome though, with like, forget about the detective aspect. You're just trying to survive the leak, period, and deal with that at the same time. One may take measures to repair it. Yeah, let's have Catherine repair it. Administration of medicine would allow recovery. Ellery and Freeman are showing signs of fatigue. Ultra arrive in 2 days. Be sharp. This is the gas pipeline thing. Let's just go deeper into the thing. I almost want to get somebody killed in some other way, like here, let's just go and get them killed by the fog or get them killed by the wolf or something. So we're moving all 3 of their things because I guess I don't know, he moved them into the thing. Like, who's the killer now, dude? It's not enough for us to get away. We want you to suffer. So now they're trying to get us killed, like doing that. The problem is, oh shit, you know what, they might just kill you right here then. I guess I didn't think of that. But yeah, thanks for making us pick up a tear gas. Does that mean we can save ourselves one time? He's moving all of our units and we're moving all of his units. But why would searching with a victim be helpful? We know the killer is not one of those 3. How long can you stay in that? So is Catherine just gonna kill us despite the inability to move or see or do anything? That'd be kind of odd. Starvation is not the way I envisioned this. That was such a reversal kind of turn. We each controlled each of our things. So because you want to save yourself from the gas, you might have just given up the ability to kill who you wanted to kill. Look at that. What's this knife doing here? Put it out in the open. Spoken like a true killer. Please somebody save me. Yeah, you're not even in the gas though, dude. Point of interest. The antique could be dangerous. I'll take you with me. Okay. You're trying to kill Agatha without even having to kill her, just by putting her in the gas. Afternoon of day 2. The gas leak shut off on its own. So yeah, these 3 are all safe. Freeman's pretty far away. I love just torturing them like this on the side. So now Catherine is very weak too. Or they're all kind of weak. Let's just go here. We'll search. We'll go here and search. And then we'll go into here and just hide and cower in the corner. So can they get to us even in this amount of time when they're already in the gas? Medicine, I must find my medicine if I want to perk myself up. I wonder if you died to one of these other things, if that would still count. It probably would. But then they wouldn't be able to show you that amazing little animation. That's always a good thing. Like, the killer is not within 3 squares of the target, so that means you know that none of these could be the killer, I guess. But by that logic, I guess one of these other ones could be the target. Right? Why am I so confident that they're not? It just seems unlikely. I would almost guarantee that one of the... It's like you have a theory, but then you start to talk yourself out of it because of how long the game goes on, or... You know, you start to overthink it. So one of these is going to die in some stupid way. I'm not even considering that something must have told me that. Somehow we must have gotten verification, but now I forgot. Where's help when you need it? Like, he's going to end up being the target without me even knowing. But he doesn't seem particularly interested in doing anything there. I guess we shouldn't let them die just for the heck of it, but the gas leak shut off. Agatha, Dorothy, and Freeman are injured and cannot move freely. But that's good because one of them is the killer. Administration of Ellery's medicine will allow recovery. Yeah, imagine if the person who has the medicine and the... You know, like the victim is injured and the person who has the medicine is the killer. Like, let's just move them all away from each other, I guess. 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be very hard for anybody to do anything. It's awfully painful. That's far too much weight for this lady to carry. Now we keep switching back and moving the other people. So what is the benefit of moving these, aside from moving them closer to you, I guess? Which could potentially be dangerous. Maybe that was a bit too cruel, moving them all into the gas. Something to nibble on, don't mind if I do. It could be just that the AI is bad, like they don't... I don't know. Like, what if these two somehow is the killer and the victim? It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm a Freeman. I must apologize for making you wait. My thorough analysis is now complete. He's always trying to stay ahead of his deductions, although some of them are pointless. Like he says, all 5 people could be trying to kill all 5 people or something like that. Not within 3 areas of the target. 3 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha and Catherine, Ellery, and Freeman. 3 potential villains who might be targeting Berkeley, Catherine, Ellery, and Freeman. Targeting Dorothy are Catherine, Ellery, and Freeman. Yes, yes. He leaves it too open-ended. Now they'll eat. I just want to see somebody die to some other cause to see how that factors in. Because it almost seems like it doesn't happen. So just keep hiding with these 3 and you're fine. I don't see what else. Like, these 2 couldn't be trying to kill each other. So maybe somehow Freeman could be a surprise victim and they're just playing like a clown and don't know how to deal with that. There's apparently nothing else for this dude to eat. Once again, he gets cocked. I guess I'll just deal with it. Just hide in the corner, 4 turns left. I love how crippled everybody is on this side. Like, they just can't do anything. Or no, I guess they're kind of back to normal now. Or no, Catherine is still like that. So it's possible that if Freeman was the victim, it wouldn't really make any sense at all, but I guess you're moving at a decent pace now, but you should never be able to get there. Or at least you'll have enough witnesses in the vicinity. It's not enough just to evade the killer. You have to torture them and give them a taste of their own medicine. Have the wolf take care of them or hit them with the gas. Not that you're really doing it on purpose. Yeah, combine this game with Party Hard, where like you could do more stuff to sabotage things, and that would be the coolest thing ever. Did Party Hard ever have a multiplayer mode? Because that would have been amazing. Administration, they had like this weird mechanic where like Twitch chat and stuff could vote on like the hazards and whatnot that happened, but the administration of the medicine would allow recovery. Somebody already took somebody's medicine too. 3 turns left. Now the problem is this dude just doesn't have any food. What is this? Food. That's going to be a bit of a bait, I think. You should even be able to slow pace yourself to freedom here. Like, there really shouldn't be any risk. Even if you can only move 1 square, it could be tight. Medicine, you don't need medicine, dude. I'm just saying, it is kind of hard to tell which of these 3 would be the target. Like, let's assume Ellery is the killer. It's possible they're not, but then why would they be bothering to do this? It was impossible for them to get rid of 2 witnesses and kill the person in 1 turn. But I guess if they're already in the room, then they get rid of the 2 witnesses. But then you could move your character out too at the same time, unless they're hobbled like this. Imagine whining in 3 days about not having food, dude. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's better than getting killed. Where is it when you need it? Freeman is performing an action. Like, all these guys are just dicking around on the other side. You should still be able to do like local matches if you want to host stuff yourself or whatever, right? Like if you want to play against a friend, I'm sure they won't allow any such thing. In fact, they might not even allow you to do this. Agatha, Dorothy, and Freeman are injured and cannot move freely. The administration of the medicine will allow recovery. Almost ready to present my findings. I shall deduce whether there is 3. That's all he does, and clearly it's the case. We don't even need to hear that. Let's go. Now you could come in at a kind of a sneaky angle. You are kind of making me a little bit nervous. So this dude is in a bit of a clown position. But again, you should have enough witnesses where it's not really that big of a deal. Kind of hard to judge this without playing against players enough. Like, we played against one same guy twice, and I should have maybe milked that. I love that. I saw one person streaming, but what were they doing? Because there's not there's nothing to play against. Or maybe that was the same guy. If nobody else is even active in the game. This is the karma for companies that make games that are so reliant on multiplayer. It's one thing if you have it, but see, I'm the same guy who even says MMOs don't have to be that way. Part of what makes classic WoW and so many of these games so good is they don't rely on multiplayer. Just getting from 1 to 60, doing all the quests, reading all the flavor, inventory management, crafting professions is still satisfying to me, even without that. Okay, just hurry up. It was almost too easy, but I did lose to the AI a couple times, which is a bit of a clown show. So now what? Ellery is there, but Ellery is also slowed down, you would think. No evidence they overrode my command. I still don't get entirely how that interaction works, but let's say we're just slow pacing to move away from this chick. So you'd have to get food first, which of course there could be no food on the way, otherwise I would have already taken it. Or you maybe just already missed it. What if it ends up being Freeman getting killed by like Catherine or some major twist like that, but you would assume it's Ellery. I don't see how it couldn't be. I wish I was anywhere but here. You will be soon. Limping your way to freedom is fine by me. This is why multiplayer ruins gaming, because they take a good idea, a good concept, a good mechanic maybe, and they just, rather than actually creating a complete quality product, they think they can rely on people to make their own fun by playing against each other, using that as a crutch. So they just completely screw it over. Successfully stopped the plot. Like here we are doing the tutorial as if it's actually like a story mode to try to make the most of it. Hold for the time being. Now we get to watch that cutscene again. Oh my god. We have foiled their plans. No doubt. Or maybe it won't show it. Reach the truth. The name and suspect is proof. Falls to you. Who is our villain? I mean, I'll assume it's Ellery, but it might actually not be. Ellery to be the villain. Astonishing, my villain has been unmasked. Still 100% proper guess rate. It should let you guess that even if you lose. So even... Oh, that could be a cool way of doing it. Like, even if you lose, you can guess it and it's a draw. Or even if you win and you guess wrong, it's a draw. Or even if it's not a draw, it's just for the moral aspect of it. Try to deal with a wild dog. I think we only saw this maybe once or twice. Or, I mean, I guess we only really played 2 games, so... You could have so many other mechanics like this, though. That's the point, right? Like, you could have 100 different random mechanics that could potentially happen. So they didn't do enough with it, if this is really all there is to the game, regardless of whether you're playing against a player or not. In a set, I predict we will face feral dogs on the premises. Oh yeah, we did see like 2 at once in the same thing. Why am I so obsessed with Berkeley all the time? Go here, or you should just always search. Or maybe not, because it could end up arming somebody. Let's search, and then let's go like here. Now, nobody's necessarily going to have a... Okay, these 3 are stacked up. Now, if he doesn't do the analysis right away that says, like, oh, you can't... There's nobody within 3 squares of somebody. Right? Because if he did it now, that would make it too easy to identify. Because they're all clumped up already. Unless we all perfectly move different people, which is unlikely. Okay, so what... should we do here? If they pick up a weapon, something to nibble on, it's no big deal. That's how you should think about the early game. If they don't have a weapon, you don't even have to worry about it, but you still want to kind of just spread everybody out. Or you could argue you should do the opposite. You should go in a big room, but none of these, I mean, only this room is truly big enough to feel like you can't escape that easily, because or they can't push out a witness that easily, because otherwise they can move the witness, and oh shit, they're doing it early too. Yeah, so I want to see the dog kill somebody just to see what it's like, because we see all these mechanics but nothing ever happens with them. Like, even the gas didn't do anything really, it just slowed some people down. We can be certain Catherine was under Moriarty's control. Dogs attack anyone in the vicinity. I guess maybe that's what the weapons can be for too, to protect yourself against it. I don't know if we get a cutscene for that. He has a knife here. The rest of them aren't really that concerning to me. So what if I just move away? Nobody else has a weapon, so like... let's just move these people away. Stack them up on each other. So one of them could potentially be the killer, but it seems unlikely that you would... So maybe he could move one out and then move the other to pick up a weapon in that very room and then just kill me as a result. I'm thinking about the worst case scenario. I don't know what these percentages even still mean. Like, just the overall state of the characters or how much information you could glean from it. Now, I didn't choose to do that. I chose to go in there. It seems like Dorothy might be the one. He's getting all prepared to... What does the note do again? There's something here. Someone's hammer, maybe. Okay. So those two moved successfully, but this one didn't. So that means that they took control of that. And it means that Is this a fuse box? Okay, so at least we prevented it from being tampered with then. Now we have to move away potentially from Catherine because they might be the killer. We can try to run away. But see, you could move her in there and move one of these guys. Oh, shit. Yeah, well, now it makes us feel better about maybe going through there because you'll have to chase us through. That's the first time it's happened, like when we're in the same room. Or I think the gas leak has happened like that too a couple times. Okay, let's move into there. What should our next move be? Dog attack randomly, yes. Agatha is showing signs of fatigue. Almost ready to present the findings, whether they're in 3 areas of the target. I mean, this seems like the most logical thing, and the dog shouldn't necessarily chase us. In fact, let's try to move them away. In before Dorothy is the victim too, and I'm just ignoring her, and you got a knife on both. I feel like that hasn't really happened. Where no, maybe you just get killed anyway. You can't fight back, because that would make it the hammer's just sitting there for anyone to take. Why is she saying that though? She's not even anywhere near it. We got Catherine to move away. Or wait, I'm not even doing that though. So if she moved through the room, I wonder if the wolf would do anything. Now, Ellery also got taken over because I chose to move them both here. So this does make it kind of awkward to switch back to there. Or I should have searched in one move too, because there was something there. You would think it would automatically do that, because like if it doesn't consume a movement space. Oh shit. Or wait, it's picking up a... Okay, that's the first time we've seen that. Does that mean he just dies? What happened? He hit him, but it didn't do anything. Oh shit. Yeah, what's really going on? It maybe does a little bit of damage, but it doesn't seem like it. And what does damage even matter in a game like this? Because only one guy is trying to stay alive. He just goes away, hits you once. Oh shit, this is more than you would expect to see though. You get 3 of them. I kind of like this. You could maybe change that in your custom match settings, like to have as many as you want. What manner of beast are you? Please don't want to eat me. I apologize for making us wait while we're getting all attacked by wild rabid wolves. You're gonna do your sexy animation for an hour. Villain is now within 3 areas of the target. Everybody might be targeting Agatha. Agatha or Berkeley. No, the villain is not within 3 of the target, so you know. I guess even that, like within 3 meaning movement. Like this, you could say, oh, it's 3, but that's not really how it works. What should our next move be? Blah, blah, blah. He's always shocked by the dogs every turn. The Freeman is no threat to anybody. Unless he's the victim himself. If you're not within 3, that means that these 2 can't be... 1, 2, 3. Nobody on this side really bothers me too much. Agatha, Freeman is fine. Berkeley is kind of fine where he is. The wolf actually sort of... Wait, where did this wolf go? He was... Oh, he came in and he attacked him. Attacks anyone nearby. I don't know how many attacks you can withstand, though. So who else is over here? Dorothy could come in and try to hit somebody. Let's just go here, and it's unlikely he'll go back to the window that he just came out of. So if these 2 are potentially targets, that could be a problem. In fact, this could be a major problem. Maybe I should try to move them, but then they'll just override it, I bet. Just move them away. Okay, so they just went the other way, which means that it could be Berkeley who's the target. Open a tear gas spray. Helplessly breathing the gas, impairment would follow. Moving Agatha, he's moving Catherine. But now, shouldn't the wolf attack them? That's the ultimate bait trap. They're so hungry to try to come after me, but the wolf is my only last line of defense. Dorothy and Freeman, I don't think there's anything to worry about there. Oh shit, he didn't go for the weaker one though. Moved out of the way. I don't know what the animation really means. And you even have a weapon too, but you kind of just take it. And so it makes these kind of weird. This one should go. Wait, what? You're gonna go through the room and attack me again instead of attacking the person that's in the same room? I guess they don't really care about the doors. They just care about the distance. Okay, at least we know how that mechanic works now. Damn, they're more aggressive too here. Like normally they would just go back and forth or not really move too much. Now they're moving like multiple rooms. I wonder if you die to something else though, like that, would that really count? Rescue in 6 turns. Catherine was just under Moriarty's control. Berkeley, Dorothy, and Freeman are injured and cannot move freely. Fuse box disabled. I mean, it's possible that we're just gonna get screwed here because we can't even go anywhere else. Like, why even bother moving him then? Ellery seems fine. Catherine seems kind of annoying with what he's trying to do, and he can just kind of keep bypassing my movement. I'm not really even worried about Agatha, although maybe you should be because of the simple fact that, oh, you can move one more. I don't really care about these two. I don't care about Ellery. I don't know what Berkeley is doing, honestly. Catherine could be coming for Berkeley. That seems to be the... Oh, no. That seemed to be the intention. So they were so ballsy that they went in the same room as the wolf and didn't care because they knew it would come after me instead, I guess. Or maybe you're trying to set up Ellery to get killed by. But no, that's the same logic too. They shouldn't be able to move the target, so... I feel like they've broken that rule a couple times. Maybe it was actually just a bug. They're not supposed to be able to move the target. No, and you're gonna get attacked by the wolf too. Or it might take the stronger opponent, Ellery. Somebody help me. Agatha has a knife. But it doesn't seem like anybody on this side is really the issue. Where did the wolf go from here? Wasn't there one here that attacked them and then it just disappeared? Or is it hiding behind there? Oh shit, it's hiding behind that screen. I even saw it and clicked on it, but it didn't let me actually see anything. How does it decide? It just went through Dorothy. It doesn't kill people, I guess. It just renders them all weak like this. Critical condition, but you never see anybody die from it. It's just crippling everybody. These two might potentially be a threat to each other. Let me guess, it's gonna hit that guy again. Or no, it doesn't. But then what if there's nobody else to attack and they all have that symbol? They'll just sit there and wait and do nothing, I guess? Everybody is kind of in this state. Or wait, he didn't even get the icon. Injury. I guess he's in better shape from the outset. Night of day 2. I do like how many wolves we're seeing here. I don't think we've seen this many in one game. Agatha, Berkeley, Dorothy, and Freeman are injured, cannot move freely. Mind you, watch them. Showing signs of fatigue, can only move 2. Whether they're within 3 areas of the target. I almost feel like it's Catherine coming for one of them. But like, what if I just leave them there? I don't even know who I would be worrying about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Catherine, I'm not able to move ever because it seems like they just always override it. We can go out to like here with both of them. Not really worried about this room either. Freeman is fine, just leave him there. I'm not sure if one of these maybe could be the victim. Like, let's move this chick away. Move him back in there. You can potentially move yourself into just getting killed, right? Like the clown AI did the one time, or even I did at the beginning of the game. But that was like sort of in a scripted level. I don't think that is very likely to happen in a normal game because it's so much bigger and you have so many places to go. Save it for later. So what was the last mechanic? Like a blackout? Or like the 5th tutorial thing? That's the closest to a story mode you're gonna get. And it has a certain amount of flavor to it too, and it even has some of those other characters, which I don't really get how that works, but the wolf doesn't seem to want to finish anybody off. It just kind of gets you in that state and just messes around. So Ellery just sat there the whole time. You've taken 2 hits, and now you'll start to black out. Critical condition, but what does it really matter? You can just sit there all day and they'll even take mercy on you. It's kind of good to leave them all like this, except for Catherine is still doing fine, because now it makes them a target for the wolves as well, right? Because it'll only attack the people who aren't injured, and it makes everybody else harder to actually kill anybody with because they're going to be so slow and stuff. Wait, what did he say? Are they within 3 or not? Villain is not within 3 areas of the target. 3 areas. I mean, best case for them is it could be Catherine. Hans will now eat. It could be actually a problem though, because she can move and nobody else can move at all. You can only move like 1 square. Help will arrive in 1 day. Makes it sound so much shorter than what it is, but it's still 4 moves. I'd love to be able to do that, but it's not going to be that simple. There's going to be nothing to eat ever either. We'll go here, we'll go here. Not within 3 squares. But see, if you override that... Okay, they didn't override it. That's kind of... Or they did, but they went the other way. We had the same idea, even though that was pointless. I'll be dead. They keep saying that, but they never seem to be able to die. Or it could be Agatha somehow who's the killer, but... Can't go on, but you still will. And what happened to the wolves now? They have nobody else really to attack, so it makes them an easy target. Is that a fuse box? There's 2 fuse boxes in the same room right next to each other? That's kind of weird. Yeah, I like how over the top they go with the tutorial ones to have like 3 wolves on the loose, and I can't even find the other ones now. They don't just leave, do they? There's still one there. I want to see them go after Catherine now, since she's the only... Oh, I guess Freeman is healthy again. Or at least a little bit. Yeah, they don't seem to attack you when you're already in this state. So I guess you can't really die of anything besides actual killing, because that's the whole win condition. But you can just be crippled and blinded or whatever, injured. It's just kind of light on certain aspects. And I don't think playing even multiplayer games of it would change it that much. It would make it a little more interesting, but... I can be certain the Catherine and Ellie are under their control. Agatha, Berkeley, Dorothy, and Freeman are injured, cannot move freely. These 2 are fine. So everybody is just besides themselves, besides Catherine. It is kind of important to try to keep her on a leash here, because if you don't, I might not be able to get away in time. Just kind of moving those back and forth. Okay, now they're gonna take control. It is actually possible that they could do something here, but they're kind of still staying too far away. They have a clear advantage in movement because they're the only one. Or I guess Freeman does too. Is he gonna be the surprise killer? That'd be kind of cool. But he has a weapon. That would actually be unbelievable. He doesn't really matter right now. Dorothy doesn't seem to matter much. Yeah, you can move so little that I don't know if this wears off after time. It seems like it sometimes does. Or you have to get some food, or you have to get some medicine. Dorothy's inching away. The ultimate slow-paced killer chase. Somebody chasing you with a knife who's hobbling, and then you're hobbling yourself. Like the old Michael Myers walk, but then he can like teleport or something stupid. There's so many supernatural abilities that he just has in retrospect that didn't seem intended in the first movie. Like whether he can teleport like that, or even just the simple fact that, you know, he gets shot at the end and then he just vanishes. Like they were that confident that they'd make a sequel of what was effectively an indie movie and just some kind of a sleeper success. This wolf is just kind of chilling, taking pity on all of us. Catherine, though, will not be so lucky. Damn, dude. Yeah, I don't think you'll normally see this many of them active like that. Or I hope they keep coming. Send us a fourth one, too. So Berkeley and Ellery are fine where they are. That's actually very helpful, because now, no matter who does anything, they're all just kind of in the same state together. It doesn't even matter now. Like, that should last long enough that nobody can move and nobody can do anything. Unless it wears out just in time, but it seems unlikely. Like, just go here, just jump out the window. I mean, if the wolf could come in the window, by that logic, you should be able to jump out of it. In the sense that, you know, it's not like on a high floor, unless they scaled the wall somehow. Or they brought a ladder and then kicked it down after them. It might have really been Catherine. That would be my guess, actually. It is sometimes hard to figure out who the killer is. They've clowned around so much now, I have no idea. It could even be that it's one of these, but just that the target is on the other side. But why would they play like that? So either it's Catherine, or it could have been... It wouldn't be Freeman or Agatha. It could maybe be Dorothy. But they made such a point to try to bring... It's very hard not to telegraph your stuff as Moriarty, because you're so limited on how many moves you can make. The real killer in this one is a wolf. But they are kind of laying off. They just crowd control. It seems to benefit Sherlock more, because you're not the one who's trying to move around, and you're not on the clock as much. It slows the pace of the game down, so you want just everybody to get bitten and everybody to be on edge. But I guess the killer could use it in such a way. He's almost looking for somebody to hit, and there is just nobody. Come on, are we going to keep our guess rate up so much? 100% guess rate, like our win rate in Ultra Chess but then we still drew one. Draws are always a loss because it's like a moral defeat. Only potential villain who might be targeting Agatha is Catherine. The only potential villain who might be targeting Berkeley is Catherine. Only potential villain who might be targeting Dorothy is Ellery. Only potential villain who might be targeting Freeman is Catherine. So it seems like Catherine, but it could still be Ellery by that logic. Yeah, little do I know, I could be controlling the villain myself the whole time. But just because it's so far away that it doesn't matter. Ellery was under Moriarty's control, but you don't even have a weapon. So if the AI is that dumb that it would do that, I don't even know what to say. We'll assume it's Catherine and just kind of wait a little bit. This is the last turn. The biggest thing is the guess aspect of it. So that's how the AI tricks you. They'll get the moral victory by making you guess wrong because they clown up so much. Like, why would they wait this long to get a simple weapon if it was? Right, it could be any of these four, but it's not these two. It could actually be Agatha, if you think about it, because I actually love... Oh man, I love certain things about this, but I guess it doesn't matter. Or like, it's always cool when they like release the source code and then fans can do their own thing. Like, I think Spellbreak did that. So not only are they okay with you doing that, they kind of encouraged it. Like, if you want to host your own games, Every game should do that, because it's like, if it's going down anyway, then who cares, right? You're not really protecting your intellectual property because you threw it away in the first place. Which, even if you want to justify with like you can't afford it and this and that, that's fine. But I really give this to the Hotline, not Hotline Miami, the other Bird's Eye View game, but no, give it to the people who made Party Hard, and they would fucking knock this out of the park. Game is won, but who is the killer? Or more to the point, who is even the target? I don't even know that. Who is the villain? Oh, he even gets it down to those two. If it's Ellery, that would be the biggest twist since M. Night Shyamalan's fucking whole career. It seemed so likely that it was Catherine, but there was no guarantee. Oh, we got to see her crazy picture too. Okay, last one, Secret Passage. Yeah, this mechanic we haven't seen come into play. Like, we've seen it discovered, but we haven't seen it actually brought to fruition. This is, some games make me grateful to be a smaller streamer like Obradin and stuff, so people don't spoil shit and you can just experience it however you want. But this is one that actually makes me feel kind of like wish that you were bigger, because then you could make any dead game into an alive game for one day. That's kind of the great luxury that XQC or some people like that have, right? That they maybe don't even appreciate. It's just the fact that they could take anything and make it the top category on Twitch or something for one day if they really wanted to. That's why so many developers and stuff cater to streamers and stuff. Like, they can literally be such a powerful marketing thing. A game that's just been out for ages suddenly becomes so popular just because of that. Like, that was the problem with Among Us. That shows you it was just like a reality show for streamers and a clout chasing mechanism, because it was like the game had been out for years. There hadn't been like a recent update that was a big deal, and it was just like, why did it become so popular all of a sudden? It's because of streamers, not because of anything else, not because of the quality of the game, because if that was the case, then it would have been that popular from the beginning. Roaming live action. They picked up a weapon with Ellery, so that must mean that Ellery is the killer, because if not, then you just wasted that. Now just move everybody away from him. Or you could even move them away too. So everybody here, there's too many people here for it to matter. Right, like you wouldn't be able to kill anybody even if that was the case. So we're just trying to spread everybody out. So let's see what the secret passage is going to be. And if it's like always on the same map like this, that could pose a problem too, because then you can just learn the map and that's it. It might have been like one of those beta early access type things that... Wait, no, I didn't choose for them to do that. Now it could be Catherine. You can really use just the weapons to inform that. Don't pick up any weapons yourself, although you could be trying to pick up food and then you inadvertently pick up a weapon instead. But oh shit, now everybody has a weapon pretty much. So you go there. We kind of put Ellery out of the way. Don't worry about Berkeley or Freeman. So I should move. Or say, see, sometimes there's like a safe room. This room is safe no matter what happens, because, or no, I guess not, because like, what if one of these people picks up a weapon and then they make the other one move out? That might be enough if you don't move the third one within 3 spaces of the target. So like, let's move them away. Let's move them away. And then they're already far enough away. But like, I want to keep those 3 on top of each other for the simple fact of it'd be very hard for you to kill somebody in that room. That might be exactly what happens though. They'll pick up a weapon and then they'll kill them. I almost want to see that combo. It's possible because I did. Oh shit. See, now if he's the killer and he's the target by sheer chance, that could actually have some results. We're just spreading everybody out. He's overriding our action there. There is a bit of a mind play of just guessing. I guess more. They didn't make it maybe super clear, or maybe I just missed it, but that whenever Moriarty moves something, if you choose it as Sherlock, they just override it guaranteed. It's like a one-way thing. The same way that you get a third move as Sherlock. Man, the one thing I can say about this game for sure is they love this guy and they love his animation so much of making you see that. Even the killing one at the end is kind of more fun because they are within 3. Is within 3 areas of the target. 2 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha are Berkeley and Freeman. 2 potential villains targeting Berkeley are Agatha and Freeman. So they are within 3 of it. So just think about who has the weapons even to be able to do this. Certain Dorothy was under their control. Help will arrive in 2 days. So you know that this isn't the killer or the target. And you know that they're not either because 1, 2... Well, I guess it depends. Does that count? Like, it could be Freeman. It seems like Freeman or Agatha would be the victim because... But see, they could just override it, so it's kind of a waste to even do that. Catherine is far enough away, so they're not the killer either. So one of these 3. So Berkeley must be the killer. For the simple... So you can just dive into Catherine because you know that they're not going to be any threat at all. Even though they have the weapon doesn't matter because you can just... But now he's going away. Or that's because I did it. I could really do... Yeah, they had to be closer, so that can't be the killer. Must be something to eat in this house. Some of this dialogue gets a little bit old, but... but what really gets old is that animation. Holy shit, or you can at least change a different character too. I like how it just fades through the wall there. And they kind of give you some of these advices too much. Like they tell you what medicine does. That's dinner sort of. I guess it was only $10, but I don't know what it was when it came out. It should have probably been free because the Freeman's hanging around there. Freeman, I'm assuming, is the victim. Freeman is the victim and Berkeley is the killer, potentially. Or it could be vice versa. Just because they don't have a weapon doesn't mean anything. Freeman was under their control. So they could have been doing just something delayed and staggered. Let's move Agatha here. Let's try to move Freeman away. But you can't guarantee that that's going to happen. Berkeley to Freeman would be too far. And so we can use her as a witness too. That's the main mechanic that you can use in your defense. Berkeley's just going super far away. Dorothy and this other guy, Ellery, is going to be no relevance at all. Because of the simple fact that they weren't within range. That's almost a better clue. To say that they are within 3 squares than to say that they're not. Because you can really narrow it down a lot better. Oh, here we go. Secret passage. Now, did that happen because it was scripted to happen, or just by sheer chance? Because that is the whole mechanic of this level. You know, these 2 are chill. Freeman could be the killer, but if he is the killer, then the target would not have been one of these, I don't think. It would have had to have been like Berkeley. So, yeah, there's some kind of symbiotic relationship between Berkeley and Freeman. One of them is the target and one of them is the killer. And it would have to be, I think, that Berkeley is actually the killer. I don't know if we've seen his animation with the crazy eyes. It only moved 2 moves, which is good. See whether he's within 3 clicks of the target, which, of course, we know must not be the case. Well, he's already only moving 2, so he's kind of... pointless. It seems unlikely that there would be a threat factor that way. I'm almost convinced that... Like, I almost just don't even want to move too much with any of these people. Ellery doesn't matter. They simply do not matter. Let's try to bring them back to the other side, just for the simple fact that they can serve as a witness. Okay, so he's trying to go back the other way, but he's still searching around. Let's kind of see what that secret passage was all about. It's like going in the vent in Among Us or something. Don't let that rumbly tummy get in the way. So often I just neglect feeding them or worrying about any of these other mechanics. Now, I didn't tell you to do that, but you know that they're not the killer. Catherine is fine. Oh, it's dark, the other pawns, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they can sabotage to some extent that way. This is like one of those pet projects the company just does and they don't really care about. So if it explodes, good. If it doesn't, they don't give a shit. That's what you can kind of tell. Like, Hearthstone could have almost been that for Blizzard, but then it did so well that they kept at it. Here we go again, dude. It's not that long, but it kind of has no business being that long how much you see it. Not within 3 areas of the target. 2 potential villains who might be targeting Agatha are Berkeley and Freeman. Agatha and Freeman. Yeah, I feel like Berkeley is the killer, though. So there's no threat factor posed there. There's almost just nothing they can do at all. Ellery is out of the game. These two are fine. This is fine. This is fine. Let's just move this here. Move this there. And then move Freeman back to the middle. Oh, Berkeley can still move, though. And almost nobody else can. Or, I mean, they can move a further distance, at least. I want to try to queue up for one more, and maybe I'll just wait a few minutes, but it seems unlikely. You almost have to prearrange something, which I'm not the type to do that. Or I really should have... No, but it's no fun playing against the same person over and over, but I should have probably made the most of it just to... We didn't even really get to see the whole extent of the secret passages. You know Catherine's not the killer, so why would they even bother doing that? Oh, shit, but they're kind of overriding me here. So they could come and kill Agatha. But no, that's not a possible matchup. That's an incompatible match. If it was a dating site. And none of your killer looks are going to change their mind. 3 more turns. A lot of people in critical condition. Catherine is no threat to anybody. Catherine is garbage. Ellery is garbage. The only 2 relevant ones are Freeman and... this guy, who he's not even moving. I mean, I'd like to do that, but he's not going to let me. Catherine is almost good to serve as a witness for one of these. I like when everybody just... Oh, here he comes. Damn, he's going to be running 100 miles an hour. This whole neglecting of food is going to be a problem. But you have very little time left to get to me. You have to create like more than one witness. Barely stay on my feet. You can have these two hug up against each other, but I don't know. Oh, look, he's getting ready too. He's swinging and flexing his arms. Oh shit, Berkeley's gonna be the final boss. I don't see how it could be Freeman, but it's still actually technically possible. Oh shit, he's slowly inching his way. He could move. Oh man, but he's so slow that he's not going to catch up. I kind of neglect picking up items enough for trying to worry about food and stuff. So nobody even used the secret passage. The whole point of this tutorial is moot. So Berkeley is going to be able to run 1,000,000 miles an hour, and so that's going to be the problem. Oh, Berkeley is now showing fatigue at the perfect clutch time to save us, because otherwise I was worried about that. So now Agatha and Catherine should be able to cozy up here, and you can kind of just keep moving away, and then we can try to cause Freeman to go away. I think the killer is still Berkeley. Wait a second. That's the irony of it. He could be moving both the... No, but again, I don't know how that makes any sense. I feel like that rule is inconsistent and has been broken many times. The fact that Moriarty can't control the victim, the target. Because I swear it's done it multiple times. But my logic is like, they're moving both the target and the killer, Berkeley and Freeman. But I don't think Freeman could be the killer. It has to be Berkeley. Those look too heavy, but beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the whole concept, though, in general, of detective-ish multiplayer games. Like Town of Salem is great. Among Us isn't really even that good. I hate the tasks and how repetitive they are, and like don't try to pretend to be something you're not. It's not a game with really robust mechanics, so just focus on the guessing part. The whole task part is stupid. Moving leaves and stuff like that, it's just not very fun. Town of Salem, at least you're staying in one spot and talking and focusing on the mechanics that you truly have, like the role that you possess. You can focus more than that. What is it? They are within 3 of the target? Villain has been revealed. This is the final command phase, so that means it must be Freeman then. If only potential villain who might be targeting Agatha is Freeman. The villain is within 3. Okay, so I guess I was wrong. Thanks for saving me from the... Yes, Freeman must be the villain. Why did I think it was Berkeley for so long? All you have to do is inch away because he's not going to be able to get there. And even if he was able to get there, he would also have to move... Well, I guess this means that he's fine. Huh. I thought it had to be that Berkeley and Freeman were... Huh. Well, I guess I was half right. Like, I thought they were target and killer, but then over time, they kept moving Berkeley too, so... The easiest way to keep track, assuming that rule actually is a rule, is just which one do they not move over the course of the game. Right? Like, they won't be able to move the target, hypothetically, let's say, so that just makes it too obvious over the course of such a long game. Catherine finds a note. Yeah, did you remember that the whole point of this was to look at the secret passage? Somebody opened one up, but they didn't actually go through it. It was like here. Okay, what is he waiting for? I want to see Berkeley with the crazy eyes, but now we're going to see Freeman. Maybe Byakuya vibes. He thinks he's better than he is, sophisticated and this and that. That was the biggest twist of all for... Forget about Sayaka. Spoilers for Danganronpa. Forget about spoilers for, forget about Sayaka doing what she did to, trying to do what she did. The real twist was that Byakuya wasn't the killer. They were really setting that up. He looks like he doesn't even need any help. He's got those cold eyes anyway. As if you can't defend yourself. Might be the last time we ever see that animation now. Because we'll queue up for a game, and I'll wait a few minutes, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's one of my deadest days in chat ever. I thought the Harry Potter thing would bring more stuff out, but maybe I alienated everybody with my genius. That was one of my favorite intros that I've ever done for anything. That was actually fantastic. I love it, because I don't like to script stuff or whatever. Wait, I didn't even have to guess, because he figured it out on his own. Tutorial, don't really care. Okay, I'll just queue up and go AFK, and if it happens, I'll come back. Otherwise, I'll just end it right there. Let's see if we can find one more fucking quick match for eternity. Waiting for player to join. That almost gives you a sense of hope that it makes that noise and comes in here real quick, but that just means you're hosting the game. You're not even really searching openly. It's more like... I don't know actually how that works. Can you even change these things? I guess I'll just leave it default though, because otherwise that'll make it even harder to find a match.